Hello, hello, hello. Mic check, beautiful people. Happy New Year's. First stream of the New Year's. Let me go ahead and do a mic check. Oh, we are being heard on the internet airwaves. Shout out to each and every stream that I'm live on. Appreciate each and every single last one of you tuning in today. And oh my God, it is a happy new year. We got Miami Dolphins' latest news and rumors. Quinn Ewers, Mike McDaniel's jobs are safe. Troy Aikman is in town. Stephen Ross, the boss, is out here hammering down. And the first comment I get is from a mad to an ear. I can't believe my eyes. My eyes are reading to an ear for tutties. You goofies going to regret this when you see Tua holding that Lombardi trophy next year. I'm gonna be honest with you, to an ear goofy. To an ear goofy. I'm gonna be honest with you. You see, the thing is, the fan base is listening to everyone. Everyone has their own little thoughts on what the team is going to do. I've already told the fan base, based on whispers and rumors and snakes that are in tall grass, I heard them hissling, and the hissle out of that whistle is pretty much Mike McDaniel's job is safe. Like I'm telling everybody here on the title. Mike McDaniel will be our coach. Chances are it's going to be with Quinn Ewers next year, and that's what we're going to build. I said it on my last live stream. We will be getting a new GM. So this is not breaking news to the fan base that comes over here and listens to it. I'm not trying to be right or anything. I'm just telling you what I know based on what I heard from a Dolphin fan as myself that would like to know. So I share information that I hear. It could be right, it could be wrong. I'm not saying anything, but this is where we're at. So far, so bright. We got one game in sight, and we're going to be playing the New England Patriots on the road and two and near for tutties. Let me tell you something, buddy. Another thing I keep telling this fan base based on what I heard, they don't like it. They know I don't like it. The number one Tua hater in town is me, but it is officially over. 2026 feels good. The thing is, Tua near for tutty. If Tua is holding a Lombardi trophy next year, I guarantee you it won't be his start and his victory. It'll be because Quinn Ewers and Mike McDaniel cooked it up all season and won the Super Bowl for us next year. And that's not out of the possibility. And that's another thing that can happen. That's the reality. Tua, as the backup here in Miami, was healthy, has been a backup, and that's the situation we might be putting ourselves in based on everything that's going around. Miami Dolphins latest news and rumors. We know what it. Oh, happy Stainless Ninja. How you doing, man? Stainless Ninja. Happy New Year, Pedro. Appreciate you, my guy. Stay blessed, never stress, because this year is gonna be the best. 2 years for Tutties, dropping another one. Remember, Tua slicing it up against the Bills hasn't been and done in years. That's not what I came live for, bro. This Tua talk hasn't gone away yet. This Tua talk hasn't gone away yet. I know how to get it away. One of my mods, time that guy out, please. Time that guy. He already threw me off. I freestyle my thoughts. And I go, and this guy has completely threw me off talking about the worst quarterback that the Dolphins have ever started in their franchise history. Jay Cutler was more exciting, bro. Ryan Fitzpatrick was always better with a bad hip and one pirate eye. Jacoby Brissett was the best quarterback on the team. It wasn't Tua. Don't listen to these clowns. They try to make me look like a clown. Oh, Pete said. Oh, what Pete said. Remember they used to go on their shows. Listen to what Pete said. Pete said Jacoby Brissett is better than Tua. Aha, don't listen to that clown. Yeah, Jacoby Brissett is still better than Tua. And so is Teddy Bridgewater. And so is Teddy Bridgewater. That's how bad it was. You guys laughed it up. They laughed it up. They thought it was a joke. Funny is as funny goes. But at the end of the day, We know who the funny clown show and where they're at. Because over here, we talk reality, we talk football, we talk hypotheticals, we talk as Dolphin fans. That's what I love over here. So, as you guys are aware, this is what I love about the channel over here. I've been fighting my own guys on the panel throughout the year. I don't want to talk about drafting a quarterback. You guys slow down. I know what I hear. So I turn around and I tell everybody, let's give Quinn Ewers a chance. Let's see what's going to happen with Quinn Ewers and McDaniels. That is the best possibility, the best route to build and get back. And what we've seen, let me tell y'all something. Quinn Ewers just beat out in his second career start a team that has a chance to win the division title today. Today, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a chance to win the division title. And if they win the division title somehow, some way, with whatever help they need, then Quinn Ewers' second career start was against a division title opponent, winning opponent, a playoff team. That was his second start. And his second start also looked like he was in control and even more in control than it was versus the Bengals in the first half. So I could only imagine what's about to happen versus the Patriots on the road. Sun is going to be out, 30-degree weather. It's going to be cold, but that's football weather. I Here's the beauty of it. The man did it with no waddle. And what have I been telling y'all? The people that laugh at me, the people that think that they don't know what I be talking about until it actually comes out. What have I told y'all? I said A Chain is a gimmick player. I told y'all A Chain was gonna oh, shout out to Cap in the back. Appreciate you, my guy. Happy New Year. Fins up, fins up. Cap for life, pulling up in a limo, my guy. You just pulled up in a limo. You got the red carpet. Shout out to you. Happy New Year's to you. Everything and blessings to you, my guy. First one up on the panel. And as you can see, my Miami Dolphins, this is the latest news, rumors. Quinn Ewers, Mike McDaniel's jobs are safe because I'm hearing people think that it's questionable right now, which is funny to me. And Troy Aikman made it in town. How do you feel about Stephen Ross today? Let me tell you something, Cap. Stephen Ross is moving in a weird way. Do you remember what happened in Halloween?
Pete, Happy New
Cap,
Year,
can
my
you hear
bro.
me? Happy New
Happy
Year,
New
my
Year to
guy.
everybody out there,
Much
man.
love. Much love to you. Yep, yep, yep. But let me ask you a question now that you can hear me real quick. Do you remember what happened on Halloween as a Dolphin fan?
Uh, who did we play? The Jets?
We fired Chris Greer on Halloween.
Oh
Happy
yeah,
Halloween.
that's right.
We fired
That's
Chris
right.
Greer. And you know what happened on New Year's Day? We hired Troy Aikman as a consultant for our next GM search.
Interesting. Next 2 weeks are going to be very interesting.
When you say the next 2 weeks are going to be very interesting, in what aspect? Like, how are you feeling?
I mean, I just don't understand how you would bother a guy off the broadcasting booth to come to Miami if you didn't have any type of intention of changing something up. It just if you're going to keep what you got, you keep it, but it just makes no sense to put more cooks in the kitchen unless something different's going to happen. So let's just see what happens. But I mean, as of right now, there's another, uh, not to mention the son-in-law, but now there's another, voice in that room that needs to be accounted for now. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out on the majority vote.
Well, as you can see from shout out to Chase, 1989, he said Aikman was roasting the Finns on TV. Remember we spoke about that on our live stream over here? We had
Yeah,
we had a big talk about that. How Aikman blew up. But what's weird about that, wasn't that Tua's last start?
I believe so.
That was Tua's last start. That was the Pittsburgh game. Troy Aikman and Joe Buck called that game, and Troy Aikman went off, going off. How, and that's another thing that we've spoken up on over here with Dolphin fans on the panel. That slow, I've said it plenty of times. What is Tua going to do in a 2 minute drill when we need a touchdown? Hurry up offense. How many times have these guys heard me say, if Tua's able to control the command oh my God, I can't believe I'm talking about command of the offense. Have you seen Quinn Ewers, the way he commands the offense? Have you noticed we haven't really had like the last second delay of game type lost on the field, and it's his second career start? How special? Like, there's so much to talk about Quinn Ewers and his second career start heading into his third. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I think we got Dan Marino 2.0. Do you see the way that guy throws that football so calm and collective? Does that not look like Dan Marino in a way? I didn't get to watch Dan Marino, but Dan Marino had like a different throw motion. Like, it looked fast. It looked weird. It's not like today's throwers of the football. And Quinn Ewers has that touch. Like, it's not like today's throwers of the football. He has different arm angles that McDaniel loves. And this is another thing. Oh my God, I can't believe I jumped on the Quinn Ewers right now because I love every bit about it. Did you pay attention to our players in the locker room? How all of them, A Chain, Brewer, I mean, so many guys that were speaking about Quinn Ewers. Did you pay attention to how all of them, coach included, all mentioned how his demeanor in the pocket, how he's willing to stand there in the pocket and take a hit and throw a good pass? Did you not hear that multiple times from all these players? Like, I'm not making this up. All my Dolphin fans know, you tune into our YouTube on the Dolphins, the players spoke, and we know what we heard. Quinn Ewers is exactly who Mike McDaniel wants as a quarterback, a pure pocket passer. And if you guys remember, when we went out and targeted and went out and got the top flight backup quarterback, Mike McDaniel told us that very moment that he loved everything about the film at BYU of Zach Wilson, but he needed to learn how to pass the football out of in a phone booth. This guy, Quinn Ewers, is passing the football out of a phone booth, guys. He's in the pocket, standing there like a statue, looking, scanning, and releasing with a flick of a wrist. This marriage between Quinn Ewers and Mike McDaniel is perfect. If this young man can stay healthy, health, can you believe it, Cap? Health is the only concern I literally have for our new quarterback in Quinn Ewers. I'm telling you right now, get ready for a hectic offseason with mad fans that really don't believe in Quinn Ewers. Hopefully tomorrow's game, he proves doubters wrong, the little doubt that they have. But I'm gonna be honest, there's a really, 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 really high chance we're going to roll with McDaniel and Quinn Ewers next year as the starter. There's no going back to, oh, Tua beat out. No, let's keep Tua. These guys that are going to argue the points cap that, oh, let's keep Tua on the roster, which I agree with. Let's keep him on the roster and let's have an open quarterback competition. No, there is no more open quarterback competition. In fact, Quinn Ewers just beat him out in open quarterback competition. That's what happened. It's clear Quinn Ewers gives us the best chance to win under this scheme with Mike McDaniel and an upgraded offensive line and better weapons. So now that we know we can roll with Quinn and McDaniel, that's going to work thoroughly. Tua as the backup is nonsense at this point. Like, there's no competition. I love the angle and the ways this regime can stay put and we can still build within with the capabilities and all the draft picks that we have. So we're not out of the picture. We are not out of the picture, as deep and as dark as it sounds. I know what I'm telling you guys. This Patriot, look, bro, we almost beat the Patriots, what, week 3, week 4? That was with Tua. Tua threw the game sealing interception. A-Chain had stepped out of bounds and almost scored the game winning touchdown, which they probably would have had more time. Anybody want to argue that? They could have gotten field goal or touchdown back. They had more time, but still, the interception, that drive, we killed more clock. We probably would have won it if we would have went down and scored, killing a little bit more clock. So I don't think we're just it's an automatic loss. I do believe there's a really high chance we have beating the New England Patriots on the road, and that's going to be a statement game for McDaniel and Quinn Ewers moving forward. I really do believe that. And the GM search that's going to be consulted with Troy Aikman. Hey, Cap, let me ask you a question. You still there, my guy?
Yeah.
Think about Dan Marino right now. How do you think Dan Marino? You think Dan Marino's mad? Stephen
I
Ross
think no.
actually kind
Look,
of like
I,
backstabbed Troy. I mean, by hiring Troy Aikman, that's almost like backstabbing like Dan Marino.
this is what I think, man. I think
I've been upset with
because
Dan Marino ever since he said that we could win a Super Bowl with Tua. He lost a lot. I think ever since he said that, he lost a lot of credibility with Stephen Ross and myself.
I think that he's gone through so much and seen so much, and he's been put to the fire to answer for so many things that are not his problem, but since he's part of the logo, it has to be his problem. I think this guy's went through so much crap that at this point, I think he would embrace the help from Troy Aikman right now, to be honest with you. These guys got history, man.
Exactly. Didn't Troy Aikman and Dan Marino were probably almost in the same draft, dude?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't think that Dan Marino has exhausted his options down here trying to fix stuff? And if he, didn't
It's a
have a
bad
voice in it,
look on this is no, it's a bad look on Dan Marino. It looks terrible, bro. John Elway from the Denver Broncos went over there, ran that ship, and
they won
won
the
a
Super
Super
Bowl.
Bowl.
Yeah.
Did he need John Elway? I mean, did he need Troy Aikman for friends and guys? Like, what
I
happened?
think,
What did
hey,
Dan
and
Marino
I,
do so
and
bad
I,
that
and I think, hey,
they can't talk to him under the table without having to pay from Stephen Ross? I'm telling you, Stephen Ross
hey,
is doing this, and he's hitting Dan Marino where it hurts.
I think in that same Super Bowl that Elway won, I think Champ Kelly was part of that front office too. So somebody fact check me on that.
Were we hiring Troy Aikman as a part-time guy to lead charge of the new GM search? We got Dan Marino, bro. Just make Dan Marino the GM. What's wrong with that?
I don't think he wants it, man. Remember, he got offered it
He
like a front
lost.
office at one point that was close to a GM. He didn't want it.
He don't want it.
He was like the
He don't
president.
want
He
it.
was labeled the president at one point.
Him and Stephen Ross aren't as close as people probably think, bro.
No, that was with Huizinga,
Mm-hmm.
I
Well, him
think.
is Dan Marino hiring Troy Aikman is a bad look, in my opinion, to Dan Marino. Even if they look, the chat's already saying Dan Marino don't want it. He could be chilling. Dan Marino is part of the search team, says Tim the Film Man. Shout out to Tim the Film Man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. The Wise here. All of you guys tuning in. Nightmare 1974s. All of you guys appreciate it. Appreciate it. Happy New Year's to everybody. But this Dan Marino thing, he needs to be upset right now. And you know what? For the better of our team, I think he needs to get out. It's time to get Dan Marino out the building, bro. He's been here. He's been here for a long time. And I'm not saying kick him out, but honestly, the man 2 years ago, he said, "Oh yeah, we could win a Super Bowl with Tua." You lost credibility, Danny boy. You lost credibility, Danny boy. And that is probably Dan Marino was probably a guy that said, "You
Let me
know
ask you
what?
this though.
Dan Marino
This
was
is getting
probably one
damn.
of the guys that said
Oh
no to
man,
Tua, bro. Let's be
I don't know.
honest.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but what other? I mean, what other like trophy piece do we have to flaunt besides the 72, 73, and Marino?
But you know what
What,
flaunting Marino is, Cap? Think
but you
about
get what I'm
this, right?
saying? You get what I'm saying? Though, like, what else do
No,
we
no, no,
have?
because all the Dolphin fans, listen to what I'm about to say, and all the Dolphin fans are gonna get mad at me right now, but that's fine. But it's the truth. What do all these Dolphin fans say about Justin Herbert? He don't win playoff games, right? He has a playoff win, but they sit here and say he can't win all this and that. He's just statistical. Well, guess what? So was Dan Marino. So was Dan Marino. What did Dan Marino win? He didn't win crap, bro. He hasn't won crap ever. Shout out to Sharif. Appreciate my guy pulling up. Happy New Year. Shout out
Sharif.
to Joe
Happy New
Riss.
Year, bro.
Joe
Joe
Riss over
Riz.
here pulling up. We
Happy
got
New
a
Year,
lot to
guys.
discuss, a lot of topics to talk about. And right now we're on this Troy Aikman and Dan Marino, fellas. And honestly, like I just finished saying a few minutes ago, I'm down and out on Dan Marino leading charge for anything, and I'm glad that Stephen Ross backstabbed Dan Marino and hired Troy Aikman, a ex-rival of his, to sit here and lead charge on this new GM. That's exactly what Stephen Ross, the boss, needed to do. Let Dan Marino know you're not enough, buddy. You saw Tua as a Super Bowl winning quarterback. I can't trust you, Danny Boy, anymore. And I love it. I love it.
Doesn't it feel like we're going through the same motion, though?
No, it would have been the same motion if it would have been telling us Dan Marino is going to be involved in the GM search along with Mike McDaniel and myself, Stephen Ross, with Garfinkel and the all that. No, I am so happy they're getting Troy Aikman, someone that Dan Marino probably is not really good friends with. That's how you do it. You had all these guys buddy buddy in the building. They failed you. Stephen Ross, you paid out all this money and all of these experts you had in the building. Chris Greer with his dad. Think about that. Oh yeah, I got Chris Greer as a GM, but his dad is extra. Is
You know what? Hey,
extra.
you know who I
You know
think
what I'm
is.
saying? Nah,
You know
man.
who I
Stephen
think
Ross
is.
got played and he got scammed by a bunch of con artists, and it's time to play the game right back. And I'm with it, Stephen Ross. I'm
You
with
know
it.
who I think.
Hire outsiders.
You know who I think is involved in this kind of, but it's not. But he's been around and he's seen what's been going on, and he also knows Troy Aikman,
Mr.
Jimmy
Paul,
Johnson.
Happy New Year. Jimmy
I
Johnson?
think
Yep.
I think Jimmy Johnson has something to do with this too, bro.
How y'all doing tonight? Happy New Year's, by the way.
Happy New Year's to all
New
of you,
Year,
man.
bro.
Yep, happy New
Paul,
Year to everybody.
Happy New Year, Mr. Paul.
How do we feel about that Buccaneers win, guys? Let's let it out. I haven't had
Um,
time, haven't been live. Did Quinn Ewers impress?
I didn't
Does his
watch it.
calm does his calm demeanor, does his command of the offense look better than Tua?
That was on Sunday, right? Or was it Saturday?
Yeah. No, it was Sunday's game versus Tampa.
Yeah. I was in Iceland. I was meeting my group I was traveling with, so I didn't watch it.
You'll
I mean,
catch up to it. What's up,
Yeah.
Mr. Park?
I didn't even know we won.
I mean, with Quinn Ewers, he's gotten better. I can say he's gotten better, but like I said, he still has some more development to make. But one thing I'm seeing with him, he's calm. He's calm in the pocket. He
He said he's gotten better. I like what I hear so far from you, Mr. Park. You said he's gotten better. Okay, he got
I'm gonna
better.
say something else
You
too.
said, go
It
ahead, go
looked
ahead.
like he was actually reading the defense. I mean,
Hmm.
scanning and
The
reading. At some
Theo,
point, it looked like he was reading the
are
defense.
the Theo Wees touchdown? You see how the internet exploded? You got 900,000 podcasters now clickbaiting and farm clicking now and using our
I
franchise
know you must
quarterback's
have been
name.
happy.
This is all they're doing is farm clicking you guys now. Shout out to Cat in the Hat. If something is popular, they're gonna put it on their title. And the reason why Quinn Ewers' name was on everyone's YouTube channel, Quinn Ewers this, Quinn Ewers that. It wasn't no Quinn Ewers talk 3 weeks ago. Now these YouTubers, they want to farm click, they want engagement, so they have to, with the algorithm now, they have to talk and put Quinn Ewers' name on their title as much as they want to or not. But you know why they had to? Because they know that engagement was going to come with clicks. That's
For
what
sure.
these YouTubers did to you guys. You know why they knew these engagements were going to come into clicks? Because Quinn Ewers put on a show versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers like I predicted it was going to be. Exactly how it was. And that now they're forced to talk about Quinn Ewers as much as they probably don't even want to. But he's the real deal, fellas. I know what I'm telling you. Mr. Park, you're spot on, bro. That guy knows no look passes. He knows how to. You remember what they said about Tua? His biggest weapon is how to manipulate with the eyes. That is exactly what he did with the Theo Wees touchdown pass, Mr. Park. He manipulated that cornerback when he looked at that out route. He made the corner bite down, and with a flick of the wrist, he just threw it up
The
because he
safety.
knew by the safety,
But
Yeah, the
if
see,
he's
safety.
down like that, all he has to do is just throw it up. There's no way he could go get it. That's scanning. That's scanning the field, Mr. Park. Exactly
not,
how you
not
said,
on
bro.
not only
It's
that, people,
amazing.
those two guys got chemistry. You can see it. They have chemistry.
Yeah.
And shout out to Theo Weeds because on when they pulled him out the practice squad and there was news that he was put make active, people were trashing him. They say, "Oh, Theo Weeds is trash and this and that and what happened." Listen, I'm gonna say this with Theo Weeds.
Then he
He's
caused two
not
turnovers in his first game.
and he's not no speed wide receiver, but he has chemistry with Quinn Ewers, and also, like I said, look what man did when Quinn threw to him. He went and got the ball and took it in. So
I see some Fitzgerald in him, Paul. Only thing I think over time
mm,
he's gonna bulk up. He's faster than
mhm.
Devontae. Right off rip, he's faster than
Oh yes,
Devontae
yes,
Parker.
yes,
I
yes
see
he is.
Some
Yes he is.
Fitzgerald is in him. I
Yeah,
see some Fitzgerald in him.
yeah, yeah. That's for real. Now, my only concern is that we have to find a way in the second half because I don't like what I'm seeing in the second half. We shut down in the second half. We got to we have to find a way to start putting up points in the second half and not just field goals. We didn't, and that's the thing that concerns me the most. And this is a pattern I don't want to see continue moving forward. We got, like I said,
Agreed.
this is the last game coming up, but next season we got to get away from that.
That's what I was
Just want to
complaining
say this,
about with the
Mr. Paul.
safe play.
Just
That
want to
was
say
that
this,
safe
Mr. Paul.
play
The
with
beat.
safe playing it
If
safe with the lead. That's what happened, Mr. Park. I agree with you in that
just
red zone. I wanted to see Quinn Ewers throw that ball into the end zone. It felt like too much run. But here's another thing I want to point out because I like to pat my own back sometimes. I told you guys A Chain is a gimmick player. He's a product of Tua, right? Tua needed him that much. Quinn, you notice we didn't really use A Chain as much. I know somebody, oh, he had 100 and something yards. We didn't use him like we didn't need him that much, throwing that many passes. That's a Tua thing with A Chain. So don't expect his usage with like I said, a more downfield passer of a quarterback. Don't expect A Chain's usage to ever be the same. That's why it's smart for us Dolphin fans to really push this narrative that we want A Chain traded because even though we know he can do it, quarterbacks just aren't gonna stick to that running back throwing it so much to him. They have receivers. They know how to throw passes in the middle, in the outside. They know how they have to spread it out. The best quarterbacks have to spread it out. And unfortunately, Tua couldn't do that. We had to run with A Chain so much. I don't believe he's hurt
so
and he can't play. I just
No,
believe he knows he's
yeah, the
not the
ball landed
main
on his
guy
ribs.
anymore. He's not the
The
main
ball
guy
did,
anymore, so it's best
well,
not to display that he's not
the
the main
ball
guy anymore
yeah,
not
the
under
only
beat
another
that,
the
quarterback.
ball did
not only that,
the ball
what
did
happened?
land on
Go
his
ahead.
ribs in the game in the second quarter. He actually rolled one of his longest runs when they finally brought him down. He actually
Nah, bro.
rolled on the ball, which sucked, and it took a while for him to get up, and he
I'm
tried to
not gonna
play it
lie.
off, but I
I'm
know
not
he
gonna lie.
wasn't gonna
I'll
come
trade.
back in
Hey,
the game.
Chase. I'm trading A Chain and Waddle for Justin Jefferson if possible. I'll trade both of them for Justin Jefferson right now, bro. Go ahead, Sharif. I'm sorry.
Testing, testing. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you,
Loud and
Sharif.
clear. I spoke over you because of that comment
Now
got
it's
to me,
just
Sharif. I'm sorry.
I was just saying the way Achan got hurt again or re-injured is one of his longest runs in the second quarter. They actually tackled him and then he rolled on the football real quick. And I knew he re-injured his ribs. I knew it because that's the kind he likes to tuck it under his right arm. He really does never switch his arm. He's one of the rare running backs that never switches arm to the bright side where he needs to keep it, but he likes to but that same side he rolled up on it. And so he's beyond doubtful for this game. You guys know that, right? And so I think
I
he's
do.
just gonna let Jalen Wright run. And now I wanted to say Theo Weiss and Ewers had a connection in week 2, Pete, of the preseason, where they connected for that slant in the end zone, and Theo Weiss went up and catch it. That's Fitz magic. I mean, that's Fitz Gerald type stuff. That's Anquan Bolden type stuff right there. So I wanted the people in the comments to remember week 2 of preseason where Theo Weiss basically did a Devontae Parker, came across the face of the cornerback and safety, touchdown, slant. There's nothing you really
That's what
can
we
do with a
need to
big
do.
body guy like
We
that.
need to we need to
The pass
retool
was
our
from
wide
Quinn Ewers
this
too.
off season. This off season, what we need to do, we need a better offensive line. We need a better offensive
No,
line.
actually, no. That's
This
one of the
Jonas
narratives that I
Salvanea,
want to
you
talk
know
about.
what? No. We need
No,
it. All these Greer
Pete,
picks
I
are
gotta
looking
say
like
this.
bust, bro. Look, Chop
Pete,
Robinson,
I
we
gotta
should
say
trade him for
this.
a third rounder right
I
now.
No,
gotta
but
say this,
no,
Pete.
but not
I
not with that
remember.
offensive line. Not with
Salvanea
Real
is
that
quick,
bad,
Mr.
offensive
bro.
Pope.
defense, Pete.
Salvanea is bad,
Real
bro.
quick. We do not need. The reason why I say we do not need any
Patrick
upgrade
Paul
on the
did
whole
bad.
line.
No, well, he's
The
gonna
reason
have a
why I
bad
say that,
game,
Pete.
Pete. He's gonna have a
Okay,
bad game.
so
He's a good player, but
anyway,
he's gonna have a bad game. I'm sorry, I had to say that, Sharif.
no, because everyone is saying that we need a better line. The reason why you needed a better line because you had to go around the whole context of playing Tua with an hip injury behind Fitzmagic and realizing the limitations of Tua, so you knew you had to get everything right in order for Tua to win a first round playoff game. We don't have to live around that anymore. So people, Dolphin fans, need to stop saying that because you have a guy that could really win with Amendola and with Echeverry. I forgot what the other dude name was, and he can win with Welker, Amendola, and the other guy.
Bro,
Who
the man
this?
just
Let
beat
me.
a
So
team
what I'm
hungry
trying
for
to
the
say
division
is,
title already with
any
a
Sorry
Theo
about that.
beat.
upgrade for the O line is really saying we still have Tua, because the guy Waddle came out the game and A-Chain, and the guy still won the game with
Exactly.
passes because we had to go
Exactly.
away from the run.
How about
So
that
my
third
thing
down
is,
conversion with
Hey,
if you
Julian
have a
Hill,
guy
bro?
that could win with Amendola and basically Welker, Amendola, and who the other guy is for the Patriots, who you really don't know, who's the other guy who's going in the Hall of
I know
Fame?
you're talking about, but I can't think of him.
Edelman?
It's Amendola,
Yeah,
Edelman, yeah, Edelman. Look, man, if
There's
you
people,
have
right?
guys leaving the game and it's your star receiver and your star running back, and you're still winning games, that tells me that no, we do not need a upgrade on O line. No, we never need to go back of building around Tua. Tua is not there, so therefore,
The,
any O line, this kid is just he just has it, Pete. That's it. The kid
and
has
Quinn
it. The
Ewers?
kid doesn't
You
also,
talking
need
about Quinn
what
Ewers?
Tua
and
needed,
right,
so we don't need a babysitter for a guy who has it.
and
End
also
of
too,
story.
Are you
also
talking
too,
about our quarterback Quinn Ewers has it?
He has it. So
yeah,
you
Thank you.
really
and
don't need
also
to.
too,
We
Thank
don't
you.
need to live
Thank
around the
you.
right.
philosophy of putting the right old line for Ewers, because you'll be really going back to how you
Here
needed to build around Tua.
here
You don't
Right.
need
here
to build
Here,
around Ewers
but
that
but
way.
but
here's
but
another
look,
thing
here's
too.
And
the
so
thing.
because you don't
Here's
need
the
to build
main thing.
around Ewers that way, we don't need to upgrade an
But
O-line
No,
to
and
but
go
baby
back and look
anybody.
and go
yes,
back and
we
look who
do.
was
We
The
on the
have
guy
to
will
line.
take
focus.
hits and
No,
throw them. No, the
listen,
guy
No,
takes
Sharif.
hits and
but
throws the
Pete, it's
ball.
already started, Pete. Because look who played center
You see how the
in the
philosophy
Tampa
has
Bay game.
damaged the Dolphin fans? The
Okay, they
I
put
don't
philosophy
him
like
up there.
literally
Aaron
has
Brewer.
damaged Dolphin
Aaron
fans
Brewer.
to think that
Aaron
we
Brewer
need
is
to
not the guy.
upgrade every season
No,
at O-line.
that's what I'm
That's
saying.
because
He
you
Notice
had to
how.
get
babied a
Notice
quarterback for
how.
another
7
Let me.
guy.
years.
Yeah, but pay attention to how
Number
we have a
6 then.
quarter. I want y'all to pay attention to something if y'all haven't really realized
Bro, if
something.
a guy takes
Not
hits, you
ever.
don't need to upgrade an
Sharif,
O-line. End
Sharif,
of story,
Sharif,
Pete.
Sharif, pay attention
The
to
guy
something.
takes hits
They
and
told us,
throws.
listen, under Tua, they told us all year Aaron Brewer was the man. The moment Tua gets benched, so does Aaron Brewer gets benched.
Exactly.
The man
Because
is
the
not
guy who
good, bro.
no, that's look. Aaron
Aaron
Brewer,
Brewer's
So
another
hold
guy. He's
so
a
let me
weapon.
say that Aaron
He's a
So
product
Brewer,
of
we're
a
not
winning
in a
system.
7-year plan
Aaron Brewer
of
is
where we have to
only good.
baby a quarterback
Hold up,
or
Sharif.
baby
Hold up, Sharif.
Skyler.
Aaron
Sorry,
Brewers is
folks.
only good because he, like I said, he's good on the run offense. Also, he's short, so Tua can throw, could see the players or what have you. We moved off of that. That's why he sat the bench.
The
They
guy
put
is
in
six
number
foot three,
60 or
Pulk.
whoever that
I
guy
agree
is.
with you.
Right. Listen, they are moving away. They have already started to move away with the offensive line towards Quinn Ewers. Look what he got in there. I don't know who number 60. I don't know who he is. You still have Patrick Paul in there. You got this guy named Strange in there. Who else?
And and Pulk,
Isaiah.
slants are opened up
we just get a
basically
quarterback too for the Raiders?
he
Yes, we
could just
did.
see over the line and quickly slant it to a guy like Theo Weiss, who's 6'3". Why? Because he can say hut quick slant because he can see over the line. So we don't have that issue with Tua. And it all
I agree
revolves around babying Tua with an O-line. We don't need to
exactly.
baby a good quarterback, bro. You don't have to baby this kid.
Right. And that's why I'm saying we've already started.
And we don't have to baby Salvanea either. The
Right,
man
because
is just not good on that offensive line.
Okay, well, if he's
Listen,
not good,
Ewers will
you can
just
still-
take the hit
We
and
need to talk
throw,
about what
Pete.
it
We don't
looks
have to
like.
upgrade.
But it don't
But
look
Ewers will
good
just
at
take the
all.
hit and
It's
throw.
cut bait.
but-
It's just
but
cut
listen,
bait with it
listen,
right now.
Pete,
Well,
you can still
yeah, but we don't need to spend that money on anybody else because of Tua's money.
Just go
That's
with
my
the
whole
offensive line
point.
that you have.
The whole point is we don't need to spend excessive money on anyone because of Tua. So if we have a guy who's gonna basically throw the pass and get blasted, you need $250,000 quarterback to take a hit, get blasted, and still throw a pass. Why do you need to upgrade the O-line?
Shout out to all of you guys.
Sharif, we don't need to updo the offensive line because I'm telling you something. From the last two games, they are moving.
Listen to this, Clemente.
Compared to
You hear Sharif, right? Exactly. I'm sorry, Mr. Paul. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm glad they calling Sharif out like that. Listen to that man.
Listen,
Go ahead, Mr. Paul.
I don't understand. Listen, you needed Panay Sewell, and you needed a guy like Cesar Ruiz with a guy with a steel hip and a guy that you knew had 2 plates in each ankles and a broken hand before he even came out of college. This is why you needed Panay Sewell and Cesar Ruiz. We're off of that plan. The 7-year plan is over. So you don't have to build around a quarterback with that much needs. Ewers will take a hit in his face and still pass an accurate ball. Why do we have to effectively still work around Tua? Tua is gone, bro. Effectively, we have the quarterback that we can just work with the line we have.
And who's to
Why
say
isn't it basic? We're damaged. Our fan base is damaged because Tua. We're damaged because every year, line. Next year, line. Next season,
You're absolutely right, Sharif. You're right.
At the end of the day, your offensive line is the most important. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is.
You want me to tell you why? You want me to tell you why our fan base is damaged? Because
Eric Carroll's.
No, because y'all don't listen over here.
And Jesse Davis.
I told y'all wanted us to go out and spend big bucks on that offensive line every year with Tua. And I said, every year, that would be the worst thing we would do. Why would I say that, right? It made sense, right? That's why I gave praise to Chris Greer. If you're going to have a quarterback that says hike and throws the ball because he's scared to get hit in 0.5 seconds, then why the hell are you going to invest big money on that offensive line? That's where I gave credit to Chris Greer where credit was due. Now that we have a traditional pocket passer, one that is willing to extend the play, look and forecast the defense, scan the defense, that now is when it's good to invest on that offensive line. Because I trust Mike McDaniel to call plays that gets receivers
I'm gonna
open.
tell people
that's not entirely that's not entirely true either, Pete.
I trust McDaniel to call a little scheme. But we need an offensive line that can protect and keep that quarterback up. And that's
so
Quinn
number
Ewers
one,
right
Pete,
now.
If you look at the tape, two all 22s, right? You would see 5-step drops, things that Tua never did. That offensive opened up for Quinn Ewers to fake a pass and do a 5-step drop. I've never seen Tua do that. The reason why Quinn Ewers can do that is because the playbook is opened up where the trust of the O-line really doesn't matter for a 6-foot quarterback.
Sharif.
The offense is opened up. Let me speak, Pete. The offense is opened up where a guy can take a... Oh my God, I'm done.
I'm sorry,
I'm done because you know what I'm about to say. 7-step drops. Quinn Ewers did it 8 times last week, and the week before that he did it 7 times. Something that Tua would never do, because in Tua's offense for Tua, it's released 1.5 to 2 seconds. So when you see a 7-step drop by Quinn Ewers or a 5-step drop, and he's comfortably looking, that thing never happened, Pete. So I disagree with you, and the fan base disagrees with you when we say we need to upgrade the O-line, because it's the same O-line. It's just the freaking book pages in the playbook I've opened up. Gee, my Christ.
You'll find out real soon, late April, when
we
it's
still
draft
need-
time, and you hear the name in the first round at pick number 10, 11, or 12, the Miami Dolphins out of Alabama select not quarterback Ty Simpson, it's left tackle Caden Proctor. That's who we're going to draft in the draft. Guaranteed
When the same O-line has held up for Ewers the last 2 weeks. The same O-line.
I don't know what you've been watching.
This is my
but Therese, that's not championship level O-line play that we're getting right now. And for any team that wants to go and win a championship, you build from the trenches, no matter who your quarterback is. Because guess what? You still need an O-line to develop a run, right?
Patrick Paul
I agree, but Tua caused that problem.
Keep listening to these guys.
So you got to go this way.
Line is trash.
It's not like I would like to upgrade. Tua's getting paid $54 million.
Listen,
so I have to go this way.
We have as far as the last 2 games go, you can see that they have changed. Like
this
I said,
is a soft Chris Greer offensive line,
and changed the way the offensive line is playing. Now, also moving forward, what I'm saying is this: they're going to go and get whether it's a veteran player that we can afford or somebody at the draft to add to the offensive line. But the thing is this: they have already started to move off of the way that the offensive line plays as far as Tua goes. You can see it. But it doesn't mean that we're not going to add to it. We're going to try to see if we can add to it with a free agent and with
look at what the Chargers did. The Chargers had Herbert, and they still stacked up their O-line. You have to have the O-line.
And not only that, ladies and gentlemen. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, you also need to understand. You also need to understand that we're not rolling with a left-handed quarterback anymore either. So our O-line will perform slightly differently for a right-handed quarterback.
For the past 2 weeks, they have. Like I said, 7-step drop has never been done by Tua. So why?
It has. It's just not 7 steps backwards. It's 3 steps backwards and 4 steps to the right. Like he's still doing 7-step drops. It just looks different.
And then I'm gonna say something else too. They went and got Cam Miller, and I'm not saying Cam Miller. I'm gonna say this
Cam
now.
Smith?
I'm not saying Cam Miller. No, Cam Miller. That's the quarterback.
The quarterback Cam Miller.
The quarterback you went and got
from Raiders.
Hold up now. I'm not saying that he's gonna be the bomb of what, but if you go and look at the film of Cam Miller, he is some similarities to him to Quinn Ewers, maybe a little bit better or what have you. But I'm not saying that he's going to be a winner. But what I'm saying is that he's the same type of quarterback that you would use in a traditional.
Let me be the first one to tell you, bro. Cam Miller ain't nothing but an off-season arm, bro. He's a camp arm, bro. That's all he is. Tua's not practicing.
But Pete is right now.
We know why
Pete is right because I said this.
Pete,
I said this last night too.
No, but you keep leaving the possibility like there's a chance of him or something. Yeah, you keep
guys
saying.
know Tua didn't make the trip, right?
You keep saying there's a possibility. Oh, maybe.
You guys realize Tua didn't make the trip, right, to New England?
When I first said Cam Miller, I said he is not going to be the bomb.
Sorry, Mike McDaniel's not going to be making the trip back.
So we don't know what we're going to get with him.
You guys realize Tua didn't make the trip to New England, right?
You're
so
loud
you
and
need
wrong,
a second quarterback.
A lot of you guys got to get into fruition that Mike McDaniel's going to be here all next year too.
I don't. Did you watch my show last night, Pete?
I'm addressing
I
Cam
talked
Miller.
about it.
I'm just
I
saying,
broke it down for you, bro. I got some people in the building saying Mike McDaniel not going to be here.
Breaking news, guys. What do you got, Cat? Talk to us, man.
I got a little birdie that said Mike McDaniel will be fired on Monday, that the organization wants the head coach, the GM, and a new quarterback all linked together. And with that being said, it kind of makes sense because, for one, Troy Aikman doesn't like Mike McDaniel. Troy Aikman is already sold or bought out on Mike McDaniel. So for the fact that Ross brings in Troy Aikman to help with consulting and finding our new GM, why wouldn't you talk to Mike McDaniel? Why wouldn't you consider anything that Mike McDaniel might have to say as far as bringing in a new GM? But if you're already sold that Mike McDaniel's not going to be your head coach next year, why would you take any advice from Mike McDaniel? You're the owner. You go out, you don't know football, but you go out and you find somebody that does know football. You bring them in here to find us a football-minded GM. And that football-minded GM may not want Mike McDaniel. And Stephen Ross is on that boat. Like, Troy Aikman and Stephen Ross have probably already had these conversations because from what I understand, Aikman has actually been on the payroll for the last couple of weeks consulting with Stephen Ross. This is just breaking news recently.
In
guys,
my
let me,
opinion, right, to address
let me
this.
interrupt
How
real
y'all
quick.
feel about that? How y'all feel about that?
Let Joe.
Yeah, hey,
Joe
I just wanted to say I'm in Amsterdam, so I'm about to go find myself a coffee shop. But I just wanted to say I think
Go get some hashish.
yeah, I
Fins
think
up, man, in Amsterdam. Way to go, man.
I wanted to say, Pete, I'm keeping that receipt on what you said about Cam Miller because I know you're going to have a stream at some point where you say he's the truth and he's the future.
He's an off-season cap.
It'll be this summer.
Listen, it's hey, Quinn Ewers, keep this receipt. I mean, Joe, I called you Quinn. Joe, Quinn Ewers is the future.
I brought up
Keep
Cam
that
Miller,
receipt.
but I did not say Cam Miller's going to be successful. I said he could be a bomb.
Listen, guys.
He's
Everybody,
Were they in the same
report-
draft together? Both of those guys?
Listen, guys. Hey, enjoy that. I'm so happy you're enjoying your new year out like this and not sad like every other Dolphin fan, Joe. So enjoy yourself. You look good.
I'm gonna find a bar to
You're
watch
young. Go out there and do your thing, bro. Do your thing. Enjoy your game and enjoy your day.
All right,
you
be
next
safe,
time,
Joe.
Enjoy it, bro.
I just want to make this quick point, if I can, Pete. I think this is a great groundbreaking game because why do I say that? I think our last 14 years have been like Tannehill got injured in practice and that really sucked. And it was coming up to be like one of his best years. And then Tua kept getting hurt. We saw, well, okay, this kid he's not going to take us anywhere anymore. That's 14 years. I think if Ewers from a cap, because we're saying add O-line from the draft, I agree. But we can't bring in the free agents because the $54 million you have to pay to her. But if Ewers pass 4 touchdowns or 3 touchdowns and blows New England out, $250,000 you have to pay Ewers. You could bring back Waddle, you could bring back Tyreek, Chubb, you can bring back
Waddle's got to
Minka.
go.
Who said that?
Thank
you.
Cat said that.
Yes.
You already know how I feel about Waddle.
Not Waller.
Waddle. That's how our rebuild could be rebuilt quick. That's how our rebuild could be rebuilt.
But I think with the quarterback making $250K, you bring Tyreek back. Waddle has 2 more years left. Engel has a year left. Aaron Brewer has a year left.
I hate to cut you off. But if we're rolling out there with Quinn Ewers at quarterback, there's no way Tyreek Hill is coming back to us. The only way Tyreek Hill is going to re-sign with us is if we have an actual quarterback that can throw him the ball. He's only got a couple years left. He wants to go back to a winning team. He's not. If we're rolling Quinn Ewers out there, he's not coming back. Bro. I'm sorry.
Tyreek Hill was on this team, when Tyreek
but it doesn't mean he's got to play. We've seen players do it all the time. If they don't want to be here, they're going to make it really uncomfortable.
Pete, correct me.
Tyreek Hill's the perfect guy for that.
Tyreek is making $32 million if we keep him next year, which is why we probably should cut him, right? But if we keep him, we pay him that 32. But because he's coming off an injury, we're gonna restructure him, right?
There you go. So now you talking, Sharif.
My thing is, so from a cap standpoint, right? It would be a beautiful thing to go into the next 7 years already having to start your rebuild next month because Ewers played an awesome game in New England. If he sucks, you would have a question going into the draft. You would have a question with Tua coming back or not. You would have a question with McDaniel. You would have so much questions if he gets blown out in New England. That's all I'm saying. Like, Ewers
I
has a
agree with
He
you,
chance
doesn't know
Sharif.
when
to
to take a
And
stamp
break.
Sharif,
He doesn't know
the
when to take
next
a break
7
so
years.
others can speak on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Go ahead,
Like,
Pete.
Ewers has a big chance, bro, to do it, dog. And
Sharif,
if he
listen to
doesn't,
what I'm telling you, Sharif. Listen to what I'm telling
he
you.
will clinch the
What
next
Quinn you
7 years for the
listen,
Dolphins.
Sharif, it's gonna be beautiful. The future is really bright, dude. With Quinn Ewers, that's the franchise
Because if
guy.
he
He's gonna
doesn't,
be the
Pete, it's
face.
gonna
Watch.
suck. It's gonna be question marks with McDaniel,
It's
with
it's not
Tua,
only that.
with
It's that you can
Ewers,
see it.
needing a
You
quarterback, needing an O
did
line,
you
and needing this,
have you
that.
ever seen a
He could
Dolphin
he
quarterback
could
like
shut
that?
so many doors by
Like,
beating the hell
but
out of New
Sharif,
England. He would
Sharif.
shut half of
Let's
those
be honest.
doors.
Let's be honest, bro. Have you
Am
ever
I
seen a
correct,
Dolphin
guys?
quarterback? Have you ever seen a Dolphin quarterback, Sharif, in his second career start, look that smooth, dude, and operate an offense that good? Let's be honest. We've
I
never
saw that in
seen it, bro.
preseason.
No, but he's the only one. So it's not like
Yep.
I'm not trying to sell this guy to you. It's based on
No,
what
no,
we've
no.
seen.
Listen. The man
No,
This
does
but we
guy
look
saw
good,
that
looks
in
but
preseason with
special.
Theo Weiss.
think about what
And
Yeah,
Cap
but
said.
I saw a
it
glimpse.
looks special, and that's what I'm trying to explain to you guys. Like, I
What were
think,
we
in
raving
my
about, Pete,
opinion,
in the
Sharif,
preseason? His
in
touch.
my opinion, it might not sound like a lot, but it's about how it looks. He's gonna beat the Patriots on Sunday. It's probably gonna be a low scoring 24-17 game where we win, and Quinn Ewers only has 220 yards passing, but it's
Hmm.
his efficiency, it's his calm
No,
demeanor, it's his
no.
commands,
Listen,
it's his perfect
I
decisions
understand all that, Pete.
that it
But
looks so bright. The way his
but
throwing
okay, but Pete,
formations, his
here's the
throwing
problem, Pete.
angles, that it
You
has
got
future
you.
I'm
written
gonna
all
tell.
over
Hey,
him.
look.
If we
I'm
gonna
gonna
beat
give you a
these
bomb. Look,
Patriots,
I'm
go
gonna
ahead,
give
go
you a
ahead, Cap.
bombshell statement that I'm gonna make, but I'm gonna wait till you guys are done real quick. But I'm gonna want time to explain my madness. But
Go ahead,
you go ahead.
Cap.
Give me 5 minutes. But go ahead. You guys go ahead.
No, let me
No,
say this real
I'm
quick.
good.
I don't, the only way I see us being the Patriots is we have to find a way to wake up in the second half. Because if we played the Patriots like we did with
Wow.
Tampa in the previous game, you can see it there and say what you want. We're not going to beat the Patriots if
I,
we don't come
well,
out
I
in the
got a
second half
question
with
for you.
4 points on the board.
I got a question for you, Mr. Paul. You think the
Get ready
Patriots?
for it.
You think the Patriots are going to sit anybody? I mean,
I don't think
there's no
so, but
way.
they have
There's no way they're
injuries.
going to get There's no way they're going to get number one seed, right? So if they were smart, they would sit all their starters in Week
There's
18
a
against the
way.
Dolphins.
There's a
No,
way. The
yeah.
Broncos just need to
If
lose
the
to the
Broncos
backup Chargers.
lose
And let me
to
tell
the
you, Trey
backup
Lance.
Chargers,
Yeah, but you say backup Chargers like it's just a player out there that's going to play bad. Trey Lance is going to go out there and play with his life. This is like another last chance. He got a full game to display what he's learned all year under Harbaugh and that Chargers offense. It's not just a gimme. Trey Lance could go out there and ball out and beat the Broncos
how come he hasn't done it yet?
because the game is tomorrow.
I mean, no, I'm saying like Trey Lance has had plenty of chances to go and ball out, and he hasn't done it yet.
Yeah, because
Injuries has derailed him, but he threw what 5 touchdowns in a preseason game this preseason.
and let's not forget what
In
team
one
he
game, he
plays
threw 5 touchdown passes.
and what happened with the quarterbacks that played with that same team.
You said in a
I'm just
preseason
saying he's
game.
still he's been a project. I even told the 49er fan base they messed up selecting Trey Lance when they drafted him. I went on Khan's show and I told them. And honestly, to be quite honest, through the years as a backup, he probably looked at the game, got a perspective from different coaching and moving, and now we're gonna see Trey Lance in a start, and it's intriguing because he did have a high ceiling
Not
with
to
all his
me.
intangibles, but honestly,
So
a lot of things early on just didn't look good, like him showing up at strip clubs, throwing money during the week
oh,
of a game. Like there was a lot of bad look on him where it was like, man, I knew the
do
49ers messed up. But go ahead, fella.
That's not good.
No, not
All
good
right,
at all.
Cap, you want to go?
Yeah, go ahead, Cap.
Because I want to
Yeah.
say,
No.
I want to
Look.
say
This is
something.
this is what I've been like harping the past 2 days, and I mean I've seen it go down since the past couple of months with the first amount of candidates coming out. And my thing is, if Aikman wants to come here, right? He has the connections. My one thing is, being from Miami, I'm biased when it comes to this. I think they're going to go after Alonzo Highsmith. I think the connection that Troy Aikman has with Highsmith, going back all the way from the Dallas, from college back in the days when they used to have rivalries. You know what I mean? They've got history together. Right now, coincidentally enough, the Dolphins are playing the Patriots, and guess who's ahead of scouting for New England right now?
Highsmith.
Alonzo Highsmith. So, I mean, if they're going to want to showcase this guy's talents that he's picked up for the Patriots, they're going to blow us out. And if they blow us out, it'd be, preferably done in a manner that shows that this guy knows how to evaluate talent. And coincidentally enough, Alonzo Highsmith played for the University of Miami, which ironically enough right now has all the talent in the offensive line this season coming up. So I would think they would want to establish that relationship with the U moving forward. That's just me. If I had a game plan moving forward to set a foundation for the Dolphins, I would go that route.
And also, too, Alonzo Highsmith.
Okay, that's cool.
Football down here too. Just to add.
Yep, he did. I want to say this. After looking at the offense, which produced
This is just to buy the fan base
wins.
back in, Cap. And we're not firing McDaniel. Tua is probably the backup, or we're going to cut ties with Tua by cutting him post June 1st or whatever. But at the end of the day, Mike McDaniel is probably safe. Quinn Ewers is the quarterback next year. This whole Troy Aikman is just to get the fan base in tune. Like, okay, let's say I'm right based on what I know and what I heard, and Mike McDaniel is still the coach next year, and Quinn Ewers is the quarterback. How are you guys going to feel like Troy Aikman did what changed to us? What happened? What was the change?
But then I can also give you the flip side of the coin and tell you what if he does make change and he does get one of his connections to come by and clean house. Then what would that do for the fan base?
It will make more sense, and it will make a lot more sense if Mike McDaniel is fired. But at this point, if he's fired, I'd be shocked, Cap. I will be shocked. My jaw will drop. It'll almost feel like a Brian Flores moment at this point. Like this came out of left field. How?
That's right. Alonzo Highsmith.
It's a lot of talk right now, and it's popular, but it's all clickbait. The sense is right now. The truth
I'm just saying,
Mike McDaniel is safe.
if I was taking over an organization and I would express to you everything I just presented to you.
No, I like that. I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I think everybody up here,
as opposed to everybody just, you know what I'm saying, throwing this, throwing that. You got to give me candidates. If you give me more candidates, I'll be open-minded. Like I'm hearing Chad Alexander, I'm hearing Ray Agnew.
So,
I mean, we need more names, but as of right now, the one guy that says that wants the job happens to be Alonzo Highsmith.
So this is why people think like I'm such like a nerd when it comes to football plays and stuff like that. If you look at the Dolphins wins once again, if we're bringing in the GM, Cap, this is to connect to what you're saying, Cap. You're going to have to bring in a GM who's going to have a philosophy of players, to build the height, body type that's going to have to go with 31 runs a game. Either it's going to be Malik running twice, it's going to be Jalen Wright running 6, and it's going to be A-Chain. You're going to have to bring in the philosophy. So the GM, whoever you want or whoever Aikman wants, is going to have to work with 31 runs a game and like maybe 26 passes a game. That's a Dolphin win if we do that. Do you guys realize that? Since you came off of Tyreek, basically, you had to implement the big O lineman, 6-0 lineman, and then you had to implement something which is 33 runs, 31 runs. That's awesome. Then you complain, why didn't you do it from last season, McDaniel? Because Tua couldn't run that offense. Now you can. So basically, the GM that you guys would like, Alonzo Highsmith, he's going to have to bring in the body type and the guys and the talent that's going to have to work with 31 runs a game. Because that's what McDaniel wants to do to win the football game. That's just context. Go ahead.
I'm not sure, man. I mean, there's a lot of angles, Sharif. Think about the draft, bro. Think about how important it is for this game tomorrow for Quinn Ewers to continue to get better, like Mr. Polk pointed out.
They're
From
going to
his
have to
first
get
start
the
versus the
30-point
Bengals.
plus runs a game,
Listen. I don't really care.
That's
But
a
Sharif,
win if we do that.
let me tell you something, Sharif. Those 2 interceptions versus the Bengals do not bother me at all. Number one, Theo Wees had that in his chest. He dropped that, popped in the
I'm
air.
on to
That's not Quinn
Cincinnati.
Ewers' fault. Wait. Then he throws up a jump pass to Waddle, who he's the heaviest penguin
We
on the
saw it. We
ice,
saw.
and he
Everyone
can't
saw
jump.
it.
But you know what
So, I
though?
mean, you want to grade him with one interception, poor throw, great. He had what, like one or two poor throws last week versus the Buccaneers, but the rest of the thing is
Actually, he
look how
underthrew
he
that
took him
one.
out.
I think the
Underthrew which
receiver
one?
thought he was gonna really chuck it. The one that the cornerback undercut, the last one in the Bengals game, he was supposed to chuck that one and let the receiver run under it. He tried to time it, and so Ewers knows what to do next time. Chuck that bitch and let the dude run under it instead of trying to time
He
it
does
there.
know what to do
He's
next
trying to
time.
time the post.
You
He
know
was
how I
trying to
know he
time
knows what
that
to do
post.
next time? Because Mr. Polk even pointed out
He's gonna chuck that post
from the
next time.
Bengals game,
Let that.
Sharif, from the Bengals game to the Tampa Bay game, did you see Quinn Ewers get better or look better in your opinion? Did he look better?
I saw him look better in the preseason with I just explained the Theo Weiss slant that
Oh
Devontae
my
Parker
God, but
lived
I'm
on.
asking you a
The only
question from
way
his first. Listen to the question, Sharif. The first career Quinn Ewers regular season start versus the Bengals. Then his second career start versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Did he look better in his second game played?
he looked better when McDaniel said he give us the best chance to win. And I'm sorry to Anaers. I'm sorry. Flores was right, man. Listen, man. Flores is sitting somewhere with Santa eating. He isn't eating cookies. He's eating Ohio chips. He's eating chips on his couch with Santa. Tua. That's what Flores is doing right now. Didn't he say chips
That's
on the
Cam Miller.
couch,
That's
guys?
Cam Miller.
Can't see.
That's
He's a
Cam Miller.
guy on
That's
a.
Cam.
Isn't
You
Tua a
know what?
guy on a couch now eating chips?
Yeah, yeah. He's on the sideline holding a clipboard, Sharif. He's about to get his bus ticket. Hey,
Uh-oh,
Tua's
not the
about to get a
EM.
bus
Not the
ticket.
EM statement.
Oh, yeah. I hope EM is listening. Tua is about to get the bus ticket out of here. He's out of here. And you know what? That new quarterback we just got off the practice squad from the Raiders, that almost confirms it. We don't even need your service, Tua. Now, we don't need your off-season arm. Take it
Oh,
all off, bro. We are completely done
yeah,
with you,
so
my guy.
Pete, Mike from Dolphins Talk confirmed Tua didn't make the trip. That tells me that's why they got
That's
Cam
official?
Miller. They need a third emergency.
Sharif, that's official.
Yeah, he doesn't make the trip. That means they got Cam Miller, right? Instead
Wow.
to make that trip.
Wow.
What?
I don't know why he didn't make the trip. He didn't
He
make
didn't
the
get on
trip
the
to New
train.
England.
He didn't get on the plane to support the team, bro.
That's another
No,
thing.
I
You
think it's a
you
thing
think
where
Tua's traveling to New England?
I think Tua's hurt. I think he's hurt, guys. I think he's hurt. Yeah, I think Tua's hurt, and you're trying to protect. Remember now, he whenever he gets hurt, it's 4 weeks at
That
time.
man.
And I just think that the season got to him. You have to shut it down. I don't know what the injury is, but I
Why you
knew.
spewing propaganda, bro? The man
No, I
came out
think
of
when
his
I
own
say he's
mouth and said he's fully healthy, bro. He's not hurt. He's not even on an injury report, Sharif. He got benched. He got beat out by
why is
Quinn
he?
Ewers.
Okay, Pete,
This is
So
what
why
I
is he
look,
would
passing a
Sharif.
duck?
Sharif, you know
Why is
what
he
happened?
passing a
if that's the
30-yard duck?
if this is true,
Sharif,
if
do
this
you
is
want to
true,
tell?
bro,
Y'all want me
if
to tell
this
you
is
what
I
true,
happened?
think
Do you
does
guys
this
want me to
even
tell you what
warrant more
happened?
reason to get rid of McDaniel, bro? If this is true,
Do you want me to tell you what happened? I can tell y'all what happened. Tua
I
not
think
only
Tua
looked
didn't give them
bad
the
in the
best chance
games,
to win because he was
Sharif,
hurt.
Tua not only looked bad in the games this season, but he wasn't looking
Exactly.
that good
He
in
looked
practice.
terrible.
And Quinn Ewers kept lighting it
okay,
up in
isn't that
practice.
on McDaniel? If McDaniel knew that, why did he risk it playing a hurt guy, knowing when the
Because
situation he
it's
was
It's
like a
not
in?
Fitzmagic
injuries.
Tua thing,
It's not
Cap. Remember, it
injuries.
was so
Why,
difficult to start
Cap?
Tua over
Why are you
Fitzmagic. It
listening
would be
to
the
this
same thing to
propaganda?
put Ewers in over Tua.
What did
It would be
McDaniel
the
tell us,
same
Cap?
drama.
It's clear and evident, bro. This is propaganda at this point. Cap for life. Listen to me, my guy. Tua lost his job. He got benched. Quinn Ewers is better. There's nothing else to it. Not injuries.
No, I'm not.
Any of
I'm not
And the
arguing that. But if
season did it
McDaniel,
to
look,
him.
what I'm
Yeah, the
saying is,
regular season
look,
did
I'm
it to
not
Tua.
arguing that. If that's the case, even better for us to have in the future. But if McDaniel knew that, why didn't he pull the trigger after the Cleveland game? You know what I'm saying? We would have saved ourselves from a little bit more of a headache.
But Cap, remember
we could have had a 3-game cushion to try to prove it. We could have gave Ewers 3 more games to prove something, but that's not fair to Ewers either.
Exactly.
Yeah, but Cap, remember the benching of Fitzmagic for Tua? How difficult that was?
That's when I said.
That's what I'm saying, bro. If this is the case and Ewers ends up being better than Tua more than what we see now, bro, I would be livid if I were like people paying McDaniel to stay here longer, bro. Because that guy knew what was going on and still wanted to play Tua.
Week 11 that. How do you tell Mr. Ross week 11 that though?
You gotta understand.
It's time
the
to play Ewers.
For life.
That's how difficult. Week 7 they put in Fitzmagic. They probably were lobbying for Tua earlier.
Sharif, it's simple. Let me answer Cap real quick. It's simple. Pay attention to how the season unfolded. Tua was going to be the starter until the Dolphins were officially eliminated from playoff contentions. Once the Dolphins are eliminated from playoff contentions, Tua, you have officially lost your job. You're not good enough. That was the plan.
But McDaniel vouched for him to get paid, bro. McDaniel vouched.
That's another signal.
You can vouch for your wife and have a divorce, Pete.
But listen, Sharif, that's another signal letting all the Dolphin fans know exactly how safe McDaniel is. That he was given the opportunity to not have to try to save his season with another quarterback. No, this is Tua's job. It's going to be his until he loses it without making it to the playoffs. And he messed up. And now they don't believe in him. And that's all it is, bro. It's nothing bigger than that. That's literally what it came down to.
I think Greer messed up because Greer,
we've seen it over
Greer's
and over.
supposed to say, McDaniel, no, we're not going to pay Tua. We're going to let him play on his 5th year. That's why he's fired, you know. He said, McDaniel, we're going to pay Tua. That's what Greer said. Damn, that was the stupidest thing, Greer.
If you get a new GM in here, who's to say that he's going to keep Quinn Ewers and what have you?
Well, this is the thing. They're saying that Brandon Shore. They're saying Brandon Shore had control of.
That's the thing.
Quinn Ewers is untouchable, Paul.
Mr. Paul. Quinn Ewers is the franchise, Paul.
They're saying Brandon.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you hear what Mr. Paul said?
Right now, buddy.
I can't hear anything. Everybody's talking. They're saying, look, they're saying Brandon Shore has more pull than what we know.
We have a real deal quarterback. Think about this.
If Brandon Shore has more pull than what's going on right now, we wouldn't be in this position anyway. You know what I mean? So at this point,
Mr. Paul,
they're trusting a cap guy. They're trusting a cap guy to try to figure it out. And it's not working right now.
Okay, now
Quinn Ewers is better than Brock Purdy, Mr. Paul.
Look, they listen to the coach. They listen to the coach over the cap guy. The cap guy even told you don't sign Tua, and they went over his head and did it anyway. That's on McDaniel as well, and that's also on pretty much Greer. Brandon Shore not saying anything.
No, Cap. That's specifically on the guy who paid the price for his.
No,
head.
I know that. But
now.
if you knew that was going on too, you get what I'm saying?
See this. No, because let's say I am the head coach and I go to you, Cap, the GM. I go to you and I say, do not cut Van Noy. Please don't cut Van Noy all of a sudden Monday morning. Did you remember that? And then I think Greer cut someone else despite Flores wanting to keep them. He cut them both Monday morning.
But
because that's Greer. Let me explain, Paul. That's Greer's power over McDaniel and Flores. You don't want me to do a goddamn thing. Guess what? Van Noy is cut. Now what you gonna do, Flores? So this is why Greer is fired, bro. Why does everyone keep transferring blame to a coach who doesn't have a goddamn power over a GM who signs the pen?
Because he's the one that walked in the room to overpass that
guy
power.
The guy does not have a pen,
bro.
Cap.
I get that, but you and I have reports hearing that he overpassed him. If he overpassed the GM, then what are we doing here?
The GM gives the money out.
I get that, but you're not acknowledging the fact that he overpassed the general manager. You're not acknowledging that fact.
No. No, I disagree with that heavily.
You keep bringing
That's
up.
why Greer's
You
gone,
disagree with
Cap.
that when there was
So
numerous
You still
reports
have
out?
to.
hold up.
You still have to come
There
to
were numerous
me. I am the
reports out
GM.
saying that he walked in that room defending the moves that were being
The
made
Cap.
by Shore and Greer,
The
who
Cap.
had
You
more
still have to
authority than
come
him.
to me. But you still have to come to the authority. Who's Chris Greer? Look at my picture. You still have to come to me. Even though you want me to sign him, I still have to do it.
I get that, but you're
So
not
because I
acknowledging the
did
fact
it,
that he double stabbed
because I
somebody
did
that was
it,
supposed
I
to be
put
on
the
his side.
Dolphins in debt. I put the Dolphins in debt for
Look.
$54
The
million
end
this year
result. Look,
Okay,
the
to
let me
end
pay
result is
Tua.
what you're saying is not
That's
wrong,
why I'm
Sharif. But you're not
fired.
acknowledging the fact that McDaniel did something shady.
But McGrill is gone, and here's
Yes,
the
you
other
could do
thing.
something shady by saying,
If you
please,
bringing
please,
in
please
Troy
pay
Aikman,
Tua, but the goddamn guy on the right paid Tua. That's why he's
okay,
fired.
I think they're
You can
connected at
say
the hip,
please,
dude.
please, please all you
Look,
want.
I
The
truly feel
guy
if you want to true clean and make everything different, bro, you gotta just blow it up, bro, because everything's connected to each other.
exactly,
Okay, now
exactly,
that is more what I
and
would
then
hear that more
and then
because
you
what you're trying, if I'm the guy who still gotta hear you say please, please,
You
and
guys
I
got
can
to
still
learn
say
to
no, I'm not gonna
respect
pay to her.
McDaniel.
No, I'm not gonna pay
I
to
don't
her.
know why you guys
McDaniel got
don't
paid,
respect
bro.
I'm not
McDaniel.
gonna
McDaniel got
pay him,
respect. He got
and
paid already.
he did pay him, so he's the one who got fired. He's the one who said, okay, I will. You dumbass Greer. You should have said no and stood your ground. He stood his ground into training camp, right, Pete?
but Greer's gone. You keep talking about
Greer's
Greer, he's
gone for that.
gone.
He stood his
Who's left to
ground
blame,
long.
though? Well, who's left to blame for this year?
Let me see this. Let
No,
me
the
say
guy
this.
the guy picture
Listen,
on the picture's to blame. He's
listen.
gone.
We just brought in Troy Aikman. Didn't somebody
Who hired
tie?
And
who
he
hired
pushed
McDaniel?
Tua
Didn't
on.
somebody just
He
tie
pushed Tua
Troy
on Flores.
Aikman?
McDaniel was
I get
nowhere
that,
around.
but
What
if
are
you
you
want
gonna
a
say
real
now,
cleanse, who
Cap?
hired McDaniel?
What we need to start
Okay, you
talking
want a real
about
cleanse?
as a look,
You want a
no, the
real cleanse? I
reality.
could agree with that,
Listen,
Cap. But you
listen.
cannot
The
blame
conversation right
McDaniel and
now.
Flores for pushing Tua. You have to blame Greer for pushing Tua.
The
No, of
Everything.
reality
course,
of
but
the conversation,
it's
and
all
you
tied
guys want
together.
to know.
At the end of the day, you're right, but I'm just saying it's all tied together. You can't have one without the other.
Right. Now I
My
could
thing
agree
So,
with
is
blowing
my
up
my my
everything,
let me
major
but
ask
right
my
you.
now
more
Greer's
I got
fired
like
because he gave that
here
guy money that's costing us. He gave
exactly.
him
That's
money.
why Greer's gone. The guy you have your picture that said F those draft picks. The same guy that said I'm the new GM now. We're gonna build through the draft, and he switched up in front of you fan bases
He
and
freaking
said F
cost
those
us,
draft
bro.
picks. Yeah, after he knew he messed up with Tua,
Yes,
what did he do
he
to hype
hired
you guys
McDaniel in
up?
the last minute because he got rid of Flores. Let's just be real.
Listen,
McDaniel was not
the
ready.
the conversation right now, because I keep telling you
Yes,
guys, and now there's
that's a
even,
good
and I
debate
told
too.
you guys 5 days ago or whenever my last live stream was, that the only thing we're going to be doing is hiring a new GM, and Mike McDaniel is going to have input in that search. And now 5 days later, we're getting those reports. Like I said earlier in my stream, I don't like to pat my own back, but when I hear the
What
snake
about if Weaver's not
hiss,
here,
I
Pete?
listen.
What if Weaver leaves,
Here's the
Pete?
thing.
What is McDaniel going
I
to do
do
about
believe
another DC if Weaver leaves?
he here
I
here
think
is the
Weaver and
here's
John
what's gonna
McDaniel
more
is
than likely
connected.
happen,
Remember,
guys.
Greer is fired. Those two
This is
guys are
where
connected, bro.
I
But
don't
I'm
this
think
is where
they.
saying,
the
what if
shit.
I don't.
I
Weaver
want you
decides to
guys.
get up and go?
I
I don't
want you
think they
guys to know
connected
where
as
the
much as
move
you
is
think,
gonna happen.
Sariq. I
It's
disagree
gonna
with
be
that
more. It's
to a
gonna
certain
be. I
point.
think we're gonna hire. I think Mike McDaniel is gonna hire like an offensive coordinator. We might fire Frank Smith. Like that might be the move that happens.
Bro,
Like
we got
the
enough
Dolphins
guys in the
fire
offense.
offensive
The
Oh, I
defense, we
don't
only have
know.
one
I don't
person,
fight.
bro.
Oh no.
Yeah. It
Right
might
now,
be
We
like
only
I
you
have
don't
fire
Weaver,
fight.
and that's it.
No,
because
no,
like
no,
who are
Pete.
all the Tua, like no, what
Pete,
I'm trying to give you
you
guys an
need
example
Frank to
is
work with
who
Ewers
are
right
all the
now. A
guys
guy
that
who
were
he could
just in
work
that
with.
position. But Sharif, hear me out. There was guys in that position just for Tua. They needed
Who was
more
limited.
chefs in the
Tua.
kitchen. Yes, so they needed a lot of guys. So now that they don't need that many guys in the kitchen anymore because it's no longer Tua,
Listen,
I
Pete say
expect
they
some
don't
of
need
those
a lot of
chefs.
guys for
I
Ewers.
expect some of
Mighty
those chefs
Quinn.
in the kitchen to leave. Like for example, probably a Bobby Slowick,
Listen,
a
Pete
Frank
say they
Smith.
don't need no help
Yeah,
for
one of
Mighty
those guys are
Quinn.
gone. Yep. Expect it happening Black Monday after
I like
Sunday.
that.
God damn. Is Tua retarded? Oh, what are we trying to say, man? Y'all slick. Is Tua,
That
man?
man don't know
Tua is a
football, bro.
retard.
Bro, that man grew up. You know what his dad did to him, Sharif? He said,
Dude,
"Let me throw. Let
Pete
me."
literally
Hey, that
said,
man.
get rid of some
Hey,
of the help in the
Sharif.
kitchen
You
that
know
was
that
needed
man
to
used to.
help a
That
guy
man.
who's
Hey, that
retarded. We
that
don't need
man's
those
dad
guys
punished Tua,
anymore.
bro. Hey, that man. Football was a punishment to Tua. He had to go out there and learn to throw a football with his left hand. Football was never fun
Listen,
for Tua,
man.
bro.
Let me
Pete just
ask y'all this.
Pete just did the
Let me
2006
ask y'all
slick
this.
shady rip from the side, man, and
I
he
don't know
You
if
threw an
think
y'all
football
uppercut
was fun
shot
to
at
Tua
Tua.
growing up? If your dad's trying to teach you with your non-throwing hand, how is football fun?
let me ask
Pete
y'all this.
Your
said, get
dad's
rid of
out
some of the
there
OC
trying to teach
coordinators
you
because we
how to
got a
throw a. Can you
quarterback.
imagine how
Man.
bad that man's first footballs were when he first started throwing the ball, Sharif? The man's right-handed, and he's learning how to throw a ball with his left hand.
That was
Well,
the move number one that was dumb, eh?
Hold up. Let me
That
ask
Go
was the
y'all
ahead,
this.
first,
Buck.
but it wasn't that
Let me
dumb.
ask
It
y'all
got
this.
him 230 million,
Okay,
so it
now
was the best
I
move
don't know
ever
if
to
it was
punish
Cap.
your son like that.
I don't know if it was Cap for Life or Cat in the Hat. One of them brought up that since we bringing in you know who, that it may be ties to him in Alonzo Highsmith and what have you. Now, if that's the
Troy
case,
Aikman.
right? Exactly, Troy. If that's the case,
That's all
no, it might
propaganda.
not be propaganda, Pete. Let me explain why. Because you got to realize something else too. That Alonzo Highsmith is a Miami guy. He was born in Barco. He
You
went
know
to high
what?
school
Let me
down
tell
here.
you,
No. Let me finish. Now,
it's funny. We get someone from Texas, Cap, and now we got a Texas Longhorn, our quarterback. Troy Aikman is here from Texas.
Troy Aikman,
Cool.
it has
Yeah, it's
ties
all
to
a
Alonzo
Texas stunt.
Highsmith. Why
We
not bring
bringing
him
all
in?
the
If you
Texas
bring him
Longhorn
in,
fans now.
as
Gonna
a
be a
GM,
bunch of
then
Quinn
he has
Ewers
more
over
talent.
here, and I love
He
them
has
all
more
because he's
talent
the
than
real deal.
he has more
Shout
talent
out
than
to
Quinn.
Fred. Happy New Year, Fred, and Happy New Year to El Capitan from the Fins Tailgate. Shout out to Fins Tailgate.
What up, boys?
What's
Happy
up,
New
El
Year.
Capitan?
Hey
New
Fred,
Year,
So,
shout out
man.
to you,
Sharif,
my guy,
Happy,
man.
happy
Happy
New
you
Year,
Fred,
sliding
everybody.
up here, bro.
Fred,
How you feeling?
LK.
You guys, both of you newcomers, see the title. We got Miami Dolphins' latest news and rumor. Quinn Ewers and Mike McDaniel's jobs are safe. How do you guys feel about that? And also this Troy Aikman thing. I said it earlier, fellas. I said I think Dan Marino is really pissed, and Stephen Ross just backstabbed Dan Marino by hiring Troy Aikman and putting it out on blast. To me, that's more of a propaganda move that Dan Marino screwed up with Stephen Ross more than it is anything else.
so you think that Troy Aikman hires an indictment on Dan Marino's consulting?
1000%. Stephen Ross fell for the Dan Marino telling him pay Tua. He sees the
Oh,
guy and lets it fly. He probably sold Stephen Ross that you can win a Super Bowl with Tua, and now Stephen Ross realized after Troy
Uh-oh.
Aikman, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's more
isn't
of a
it
Yeah,
backstab to Dan Marino. Get him out of
I
here.
like that. I like
isn't it
that.
on record that Dan Marino wanted Herbert over Tua?
You know
I
what?
didn't
I
hear
don't
nothing
know.
about
Can
that.
anybody provide that clip? Because I
Yeah,
hear a lot of
That
fans
means
say it, but
Flores and
nobody
Dan
could provide
Marino
that
We need
clip.
that.
agreed.
We
You
need a
want me to
fact
tell
check.
you
We need to
something, El Capitan? I
fact
can
check that.
provide a clip. I can provide a clip of Dan Marino saying we can win a Super Bowl with Tua Tagovailoa. I could give y'all that clip.
That's true.
no,
Hey,
but
listen. Oh, he said a couple things these last few years.
Yeah, man, I tell you
You
what,
can-
Dan has lost some
I bet you
credibility
can
by
provide a
saying that,
clip
man.
where Dan Marino said this is the most accurate quarterback in the NFL. I bet you can
Pick
bring
a
that
guy,
clip.
let it
Dan
fly.
Marino is one of my best. Dan Marino's the best quarterback that ever played. He lost some damn credibility by saying that. He tied his hip to Tua.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's when he lost credibility with me
He
also.
should have been the
He lost some
main guy.
credibility,
He
bro.
should have been the first one in Stephen Ross's ear saying, we're not going to win a Super Bowl with Tua. Don't pay him. And it wasn't Dan Marino.
Now, wait a second. Now,
Come on
I
do
now.
you guys
agree.
If
really?
Dan comes to
Okay,
me
hold
and
up.
like buy some
I
land,
agree,
I'm gonna be
Pete.
like, nah,
Hold
He
on a
nah.
should have
second.
been the first one. Now we need his arch enemy, Troy Aikman. Yeah, let's
I
go.
agree,
Let's
Pete.
give the credit to Troy Aikman.
Hold
Because
on,
you know what, Danny boy? You failed me. Fred, you're talking low. I
Who
hope you're
won
feeling
with
really healthy.
Jimmy Johnson?
And
Jimmy
and I'm
Johnson
praying for
couldn't
you,
win
my
with
guy.
Marino.
But he won with Aikman,
Neither
and
could
there's where it all
Wanstead.
ties together. Now they're bringing in somebody who can win a Super Bowl to say some stuff.
Mm.
Bingo.
Dan
And
Marino should have been the first one out
hey,
the
Cap,
building.
Cap, what you
What's
think
up?
about the Alonzo Highsmith tycoon that's going on also?
I haven't been on the internet today. What's going on?
He's been tied to Troy Aikman also, and I'm hearing all kind of talks. GM maybe out. I don't know, but I know one thing though.
For
Go
the
ahead.
GM hire. Yeah, I did hear a little bit about that. I mean, look, I, I don't know, man. To me, Troy Aikman's just brought in here as another rubber stamp. It's purchasing of a name. You're never gonna know what Aikman said one way or the other. And the way the Dolphins work, they won't do them dirty either. So if Aikman says, "Listen, y'all need to keep Champ Kelly," and they keep Champ Kelly and then fire him next year, they won't say nothing about it. But if he says go ahead and hire this guy, and they hire the guy, and 2 years later the Dolphins are in the playoffs, they'll be like, that was Troy Aikman who gave us that suggestion. They'll
That
pump him
bump
up and
still.
shit like that.
Mm.
That's how they do, dude. That they like. I'll give you a good for instance. Every year we make a decision financially or pick or something like that. And then
Hmm.
when that if that financial payment and or pick or trade is a bust, they always release somebody in the inner circle was like, "Oh man, I'd said not to do that." And it's like it's this protection of the collective, right?
Hmm.
Everybody knows
Now
Brandon
the
Shore said, "Don't pay Tua," as if Brandon
right,
Shore, a fucking lawyer, knows anything about football. He's a
right. He's a
lawyer.
capologist,
He's a capologist, but he's a
and
lawyer. He's just a contract lawyer guy. That's what he is. The
Elementary
language.
kids were saying don't pay Tua, bro. It
Yeah,
wasn't that
now
where's
hard.
their
El
credit? It wasn't
Capitan.
that hard.
To add to what you're saying, the only thing I've heard from NFL Football Night in America, I think it's the guy who talks with Chris Sims. He said that there was inside
Oreo or
information
something
that
like
he
that.
had where they Florio. He said that they spoke with Jimmy first. Jimmy, for the 17th time, said, "I'm fishing in the Keys and I love what I'm doing." And Jimmy resorted them to Troy. Troy was then working with the team for some days now. And then, so Florio, I trust Florio because Florio is a lawyer. And to
Look,
me,
Yes.
that
I,
makes sense. You trying to get Jimmy to work with yours,
Where
and
my
then
guy
Jimmy
Fred
says,
at?
I could work
Gunner.
with yours, but then,
What
you know
up,
what?
Gunner?
Try Troy
Salute,
Aikman.
salute, salute.
I'm good in the
well,
Keys. So El
look.
Capitan, that's what I heard.
Again, fine, and I believe that too. But who? Why on earth would you be calling Jimmy Johnson? He hasn't
To
coached or
be,
done anything in years.
Yes. Yeah.
And he's
mm,
admittedly he'll watch some games and stuff like that, but he is disconnected to what football is
Hmm.
about, and everyone who's involved in the game from the college level on. Why would you even want? I'm not saying his advice isn't worth something, but like you're begging him to come in and do what? Take your money? Like that's what the
I think
Dolphins
he'd be
do.
the
They
GM.
pay. Now, you know what they wanted? They didn't care what Jimmy had to say. They wanted to put Jimmy's brand
Thank
on
you.
as a rubber stamp on their decisions, good or bad. That's
I
what they
agree with
wanted to
that.
do.
Especially
That's
how
what it
UM is
is.
doing good.
I agree with that. Totally.
That's what it is.
So that's what I've heard, and to me, like I can see them because they've always asked Jimmy to come and be the GM for them. Even 10 years after Jimmy retired, they was like, "Come be the GM." Jimmy said no, and then it was reported. It was always reported where Jimmy turned us down over the years, and to me, they
You
want to
guys
do the
don't
same
find it
thing with him.
ironic? We got a Texas Longhorn, and now we get Troy Aikman over here from Dallas.
And but they really
Yeah,
wanted
but
Jimmy
what's the
Nah,
Johnson.
connection? What's the
I
connection?
mean,
They really
I
wanted
don't
Jimmy
know. Look,
Johnson.
the only connection that the Dolphins have devising of plans is that, hey, we got a Texan Longhorn in here. We got Cowboy fans. Let's tap into the Cowboy franchise. Let's move in a little bit of that Texas market. That's the only thing they care about. I don't know. To me,
I know.
it's all
I know.
fodder. It's all
And let me
propaganda.
ask you, okay, but let me ask you, it could be propaganda. That's true. That is a very valid true. But from Quinn Ewers' first start versus the Bengals to his second career start, that possibly he beat a division title winning team if everything goes Tampa's way, right? Let's say they win the NFC South
It's
somehow
true. They're favored to win.
with whatever help Ewers' team. How, did, how does he look? How did Quinn look as a seventh round pick?
Listen, I think it's pretty easy to say Quinn looked mighty fine, especially
Mighty
him
Quinn.
doing, especially with all the things he does that he does easily, or all the things we knew
Easily.
we weren't ever going to get out of Tua. The problem is this, and let me help you guys out a little bit, right? We've watched so much Dolphins football so intently that we forgot what like regular football even looks like. Like so many Dolphin fans are only watching Dolphin games, if any football at all, and they forget what regular. Like Quinn's a decent quarterback. He possesses decent arm strength. It just
He's
looks
perfect for this
incredible
system.
next. It just looks incredible next to what we were getting out of arm strength and quarterback play the last couple of years. It's
But
just a
but
fact.
He's
also
the perfect system guy.
also too, not to discredit coach though. That's coach
Cap is
system
back.
works. Coach system works. Period. Coach Mike
Yes,
McDaniel
Oh no,
system
no.
works.
Listen to me. Mike
a
McDaniel's
hundred
system
percent.
is it definitely works.
That's what
It's a
I
good
see.
system,
It works.
and is
That's
So
our
and
coach.
imagine a
and
Joe
what
Burrow
he's
or a
That's
Lamar
why I said
Jackson or
31 runs
a
for the
Josh
new
Allen.
GM coming
you
in.
can
You're going to
to
need the
me
body type and the
if you
players that
have
fit that.
if you have stable quarterback play from a guy like Quinn Ewers, you can do a lot and go far. You need to get that superior friggin' talent. Those boys at the
Yes.
top are the ones that are in it every year. You got to have either
Look,
superior
my
arm
thing
talent,
is, look,
superior mobility, superior
I
toughness,
I
whatever.
love Quinn, but that's why I'm all in it for Quinn. I mean for like a Joe Burrow because like his like he Mike deserved to have a elite, like you just said, a top elite talent quarterback. And I'm not trying to play Quinn because he works, and we who knows what he can do with a full off season
McDaniel
and
had a
playing with the
three-game lead in
ones.
2023 and lost it. Like that's the
Right.
best season he had. What has he done since?
No, right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But
but again,
it's Mike McDaniel's system. What Pete
yeah,
stated to is
Cap,
can't be
How's it
overlooked
can't
or
working
over.
if we're under 500 this year?
No, I get
Cap,
that, but let me
Cap.
land. Like
We're
to
one
Pete
and
point,
one.
yeah, to Pete point, what you were saying earlier is that he beat a possibly divisional team that wanted to win that game. No way you can't say Tampa wanted to not lose that game. No way, because
No,
they
I'm
would
not.
be
Look, I'm not trying to crap on Ewers. Look, if Ewers wants to stick around for the ride, I'm all for it. We need change. But the guy who doesn't know how to call timeouts and cost players plays on games and keeps them on too long and gets hurt, that's you. You guys forget who got hurt, who stayed in the game too long when we were getting blown out. That was on McDaniel too.
Yeah, that's all a Tua
Yeah, but that was
problem.
coming through a
but
Yeah,
bonehead's
that's the
brain
thing,
and
though.
tour. All of that stuff
No,
was
and
coming through a bonehead's brain. I
No,
don't
again,
blame that
that
on
I
injury on
McDaniel
yeah,
because
JP,
don't
we
that
put that
haven't
on
injury
the
on
had that
coach.
JP was
problem
on
since.
McDaniel. That
That's on
injury
coach.
that got
No, we
JP
haven't had
hurt,
that
that was on
problem
McDaniel.
since.
But why
JP's
we
We
talking
haven't had
about
the
soft.
but why
problem
we
since.
but why we
JP's
talking about
soft.
far back
So
instead of
so so
last
so
week?
let me
We
get this
won
here.
last
Let me
week.
get this straight, guys. We haven't
I
had
like
that
that,
problem
Gunner.
since a bonehead
They don't want to
quarterback
talk
has been
about what's
benched.
going on right now. In reality,
They don't
we're
want to
one and
talk
one.
about
I
how a
don't even
Reality
retarded
is we're
quarterback
7 and
got
10
put
listen.
on
at
the
best.
bench.
This
Not,
is the
I'm
new
not trying to
At 8
regime.
and
this.
9, we're under
The
500.
rebuild has officially started, bro.
We won last week. We like off to a good
And we're
start.
still under
And,
500.
and and you know what?
No,
Hey,
I'm
check this out,
no,
Gunner.
I'm
We
Yes,
talking
we
won
about
last
the
winning.
week.
operation.
That we won last
Let's
week,
not
and that
skip
was with
about the
less
operation
usage
of
of A-Chain
McDaniel because
and no Waddle, pretty much.
When
How
Tua
the hell
lost
we
us
beat
the game
Tampa with no
against
Waddle?
Pittsburgh, our season was done, bro. That was
I'm
it.
sorry,
That
we
was the
need
the
to
nuts in
Dude,
the
bro,
road.
operation is not a
I gotta
problem
be honest.
anymore since Tua came out the game.
Again, I got to be
The
honest. I
operation
don't
is
know what
fine, bro.
anyone. I don't know what anyone can or can't do as far as personnel players, as far as wide receivers,
Oh, we can
anybody.
do a lot.
Because when
We
you
can do a
got
lot, trust
Tua
me.
as your quarterback, you're playing at a deficiency. You have to
Fact.
carry his dead fucking weight. Listen, Waddle's been shitty for a while now.
exactly.
He's been shitty for a while. But nothing would
We just
surprise
beat
me
Tampa
at
without him.
all about Waddle without Tua being a top wide receiver. It wouldn't surprise me in the end.
At all.
It
Because
wouldn't. And now
he
I still
needed
think he's kind of soft and shit, but like if he ends up being a top 5 wide receiver without Tua, that would not surprise anybody.
at all.
Because Tua is literally that he's all of your data points are skewed in a bad direction with him at the quarterback helm.
And who vouched for him?
Okay, now that listen,
The
guy
I
who's
have
fired.
maintained, I have maintained that if you want to fire Mike McDaniel because he vouched for Tua, then I got nothing against that.
He
But
didn't come in
everything
with
else,
Tua though.
I have
He
nothing against it
didn't come
either.
in with Tua. That
every other
vouch
argument
for him. To me, that's a stretch because he didn't come in. He was made, like we all say, what you don't know about the reports that's been pulled out. He was brought in to fix Tua.
Ever since he got on that
Exactly.
jet.
That's Chris
Ever since he
Greer.
got on that jet.
That's why I told Pete.
Ever since he got on that jet,
That's
he was
why I
going to make a
told Pete
promise.
and Cap,
That
it's
promise.
Chris
But
Greer
Cap,
who has the power.
With all the
You can say
lies
Chris
that
didn't get on
we
the
pay
phone with
with
Tua.
all the
Yeah, Mike
lies.
Chris
McDaniel
Greer
is
still
They're
has
not
the
getting on the
paper.
phone with Tua on that jet.
What did I say? With all the lies that our
gone.
regime has been caught on, I said, don't believe that Mike McDaniel went out of his way and bat in Stephen Ross's office to force to pay Tua.
Thank you.
That was all to cover up that McDaniel is falling off of Tua. I always been telling y'all think McDaniel likes Tua? McDaniel said he can't even sleep.
So
Pete's
why did
wrong,
Tua?
man.
So why did Tua at the presser say that a little birdie spoke for him at the
Because
presser?
that was to throw you guys off.
Yeah, there was a
That was
press
to make it
conference week
seem
3
like
where Tua
McDaniel
said
and
something
Tua are
spiffy.
buddy.
Yeah,
So you my boy.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
There
No,
was
but right
something
after he
Tua
got
said
paid, he gave the thanks
week
to
3
McDaniel.
press
Cap
conference.
for life, you're not wrong for what
Yeah.
you're saying, but no matter
Bro,
what,
he
no matter
literally
what,
said it himself. He gave thanks to McDaniel, not the GM.
But Cap, listen, no matter what, everybody give Jerry Jones slack. But when you think about it, no matter what, the owner runs this shit. No matter what, bro. No matter what, the GM
And
do,
the
no
owner's
matter what, they
son-in-law
have
too
the
right
power.
now. The
They
owner's
have the
son-in-law
power
and
to
Troy
shut
Aikman. There's more hands in the
down.
cookie jar right now.
That's Stephen Ross, bro. Stephen Ross liked it 2-2, bro. He has
So
some
if that tells you that, look, if he's getting more
Mike
football guys involved
McDaniel
and he's
is
getting
going
more.
to Cap. You might not like it, but Mike McDaniel is going to have say on who
No,
the next GM is going to be.
This is what the reality is. McDaniel.
Y'all
Okay,
put some
Ross
respect
right
on
now
Big
has
Mike's
his
name.
son-in-law involved. If
Yeah,
Ross has his son-in-law,
Cap,
that
tell me
means
reality.
Ross ain't going anywhere.
Real quick,
They hate
Cap,
that reality,
Cap,
Pete. They hate it.
Cap,
Mike
I don't know why they
McDaniel's
don't
gonna
want to.
have
They don't
say.
want to get it. Mike McDaniel is going to be the one saying who the next GM is going to be here in Miami.
hold on a second, boys.
They don't.
Quick,
They
Cap for
hate
life.
that.
He wouldn't have brought in Troy
They
Aikman. Come
laughing
on,
now,
let's be real,
Sharif. They don't
Pete.
want to hear it, but that's the truth.
Please let El Cap talk, please.
Cap for
He
life.
always has been
Cap,
here
what
for
up?
weeks. Troy has been here for weeks. That's
Sharif,
that's
They
what
got
they
his
said.
quarterback.
Sharif,
That
you gotta
man
let
has a
other people talk.
franchise quarterback. You better buy into what Quinn Ewers and Mike McDaniel are selling. They must be fools.
Cap,
Go ahead,
if
This is a
El Cap.
GM.
say the
This is a
Dolphins go ahead
GM's
and
dream to
fire.
land here right now with what we got going on. This is a hot
No,
topic.
it's not. Say the
That's
Dolphins
low
fire Mike
key.
McDaniel.
That would be
That's
terrible.
low key.
Sharif,
What
you gotta
coach?
give
What
people.
coach you think is
Bro,
coming in here?
all I know,
None,
look,
because McDaniel isn't going
I'm gonna tell you,
anywhere.
hey,
The GM is who's gonna want to come here.
I'm gonna tell you right now. All I know is the guys we're playing this week turned it around in 1 year with a different coach in 1 year, and the Jacksonville Jaguars are about to get the #1 seed with a coach 1 year turnaround too. Why can't we do it?
Well, I agree, but
Because
you know
we
this.
don't have a
Hold
That's what
hold
we're
on, Cap.
preparing for
Tua.
next season.
Cap,
we
That's
didn't
going to
have a
be us
quarterback.
next season with Quinn.
In the last 4 years,
Mike
we haven't had
McDaniel,
an elite
Quinn.
quarterback.
Oh yeah, we're coming for it. That AFC East is going to be
Listen,
up
Theo Weiss
for
2
debate
touchdowns.
next season.
And Cap, you don't
Oh
think Mike
man, this is
McDaniel's
gonna
like
be a
after seeing
huge
Tua
game.
play now, like up to
This
this
is
day,
gonna
you
be
don't
a
think
huge
Mike
game, man.
McDaniel's
This
deserve like
Patriot game is going to be
medals?
everything, Sharif.
Bro,
If Quinn
But, like,
Ewers comes out there
got
tomorrow
two-
and lights it up,
you're hyping up a
get ready
3-game
for it.
sample with a quarterback that we didn't start mid-season. I get the praise, bro. I love it. I love the enthusiasm. But how's that worked out for
You don't
McDaniel the
need
past
that.
3 years?
You don't need that many games to realize you
He
have
had
a
to
real
fight with
quarterback.
Ross, Cap. You gotta
You can
believe
tell
this.
already what Quinn
You
Ewers
gotta.
is going to be.
Flores
It's
didn't
already
even
displayed
know
on film.
Fitzmagic
Look
got
at the
benched
games
when
again.
Tua
Yes.
came in.
Look at the games again.
Flores
Career,
didn't
watch
even
the
know.
replays.
The NFL. Do you understand the NFL has
Quinn
got
Ewers is the
sued because
man.
of Tua? Do you understand that's partial kind of reasons? Like not all, but like because of his like truth of talking about him like this. Like you got to understand. Like he has caused.
All I know is we were considered a joke. We were considered a joke in the facility, bro. We were considered Chuck E. Cheese with all the games and the slides we had, bro. That's on his watch.
See, man,
if
y'all
Mike
lost L
McDaniel,
Cap
if
because you're
Mike
not letting the
McDaniel, if
man
Mike
talk.
McDaniel has
Gotta let
input,
some
like
people
like
talk
I
on
think
here,
he
man.
has, when Mike McDaniel has input on the new GM, I don't think he's gonna go after an old guy. I think he's gonna try to hire a GM around his age, young and flashy, with the new wave that's gonna be down with the ride. That's what I'm
And to
believing right
me,
now.
like I said, I'm looking at it with this context, and I don't know if El Cap is still there in the
No,
comments.
it's left
I'm looking
because
at it from the
y'all gotta give the man a
you
chance to
sent.
talk. We didn't do that, so we
So
got.
we've won what 6 out of the last 9, right? So my thing is this: that's 33 runs on average a game. That's a change in philosophy. We have the 6 offensive line, and then Jalen Wright ends up getting like his 5 carries. You're almost sure that Malik Washington is gonna get his 2 end arounds, and then A-Chain is gonna get the rest. Maybe Ollie Gordon gets a touch. That's 33, 31 carries. So the philosophy of the new GM is going to have to come in and build a body type, the weight, the height around 31 carries a game, because we win games when we do that. So if we all agree on that, then if Pete is right, then McDaniel is going to have to bring in a guy exactly who's going to be winning with 31 running carries a game. You can't be bringing in guys who's going to be doing a Tyreek Hill flashy finesse style again. You're
But
going to have to
Hey,
Sharif,
be
ain't
bringing
Sharif,
in
that,
let me
but
ask
guys.
you
Sharif,
though. Sharif,
Ain't
let me
Exactly.
that
ask
up to
you
the
real
So
quick. Let me ask you real
offensive
quick
No,
coordinator?
as
though.
of right now, he's
How
coming
do
back,
you
Oh
Sharif.
yeah, hold
how
on,
do
let
you
Cap talk. Let
develop
Cap
a
talk.
good run, Sharif? You got to have a great O
by
line,
you
right? So
well, I looked at it
back to
this
what
way.
Pete
I'll
was
answer it.
saying
I
about
looked at it
drafting
this
O
way.
line,
No, I don't disagree,
it's
but we don't have
needed.
the
It's
money for
needed.
free agents. We don't have
No,
Yeah,
the
but
money
and
for the
but you,
free
but that's
agency,
why
is
we
what
got
I
to
was
draft
saying.
good. That's why
that's
we got
what
to
you
But
have
draft
to
good.
listen,
draft.
listen what the McDaniel has been doing. He's been drafting running backs high
No,
because
no,
he
no.
know they wear
Chris
down
Greer,
in this offense.
Sharif, Chris
No,
Greer has been
He has
drafting
to
them.
listen to McDaniel, what McDaniel wants for this
He
team.
doesn't. He
So
doesn't
Who
have
makes?
to
McDaniel
No,
is
he
listen.
Gone.
don't. He can
He's
put input.
gone.
Mike
McDaniel.
McDaniel's put input, but
Sharif, you keep talking
Greer
about
makes the final
Greer's
say
Okay,
so.
gone.
so let me just say the players then. Jalen Wright, Achan, and Ollie Gordon was needed for a running game which features 33 carries and a minimum passing by the quarterback. So knowing that, I understand now why McDaniel got Ollie Gordon. I was wondering why the hell are you getting Jalen Wright and H? Well, why are you getting Jalen Wright and you just got Achan? I didn't know at the time that you were moving off of Tua and you were going into a more physical running game. That's
I
where I
wouldn't. Well, Sharif,
understand
if you
McDaniel
want
now.
my opinion, if you want my opinion on that, I don't necessarily believe like that was him like aiming to move off of Tua. I think that was him aiming to get back to his roots. Because if you
Well,
remember when he was in San
Hold
aiming
on,
to
Francisco, let me
move
let,
off
let,
finish,
of
let me
bro.
Tyreek.
finish.
Sharif, come on,
Aiming to
man.
move
Yeah,
off of
Sharif,
Tyreek. Sorry,
Sharif.
aiming to
Sharif,
move off of
Nah, Sharif, you gotta let
Bro,
him
you
Tyreek.
gotta
finish
learn
though,
to
Sharif.
filter
Yeah,
yourself
come on,
sometimes,
Sharif.
Sharif.
No, you gotta let me
Nah,
just
yeah,
correct
but
myself.
he wasn't
Tyreek, go
finished though,
ahead.
Sharif. What do you?
Sharif,
How you know what are
you
you
keep talking
answering if
over
he's not
people.
finishing? That'll make
No,
zero
I
sense.
was wrong. It was Tyreek. It was Tyreek.
He
But
No,
didn't.
but you gotta
Go,
let
yo,
not to
Cap, go
move.
ahead.
talk,
Go, yo,
Sharif.
Cap, go. Oh, Cap gone. Oh man, come
No,
on,
he's
man.
gone because he can't get a word in. Listen,
No,
Sharif,
Cap
I
is
pay
right
much
here,
respect
bro.
to you.
Nah,
No,
Cap, he
Cap is
El
right
gone.
here. What are you
Capitan.
talking about?
No, I'm talking about
He
El
gone,
Capitan.
Sharif. He felt
El
disrespected,
Capitan is
man.
gone.
Cap for life
So
is right here, bro.
no,
No,
that's
I'm
El
talking about
Cap.
El
That's
Capitan.
El
Hey,
Cap.
El
Now what?
Capitan.
The Finn's tailgate Cap.
Uh,
He's gone because he can't get a word
uh,
in. Sharif, listen, you got good
no,
knowledge
but
of football. No,
see,
Sharif, let's see, you're doing it right now. You got to let other people talk. And if other people don't agree with you, you don't have to over talk them. Everybody has their own opinion, man.
li-
Hey, I got a lot of respect for you, but you've been talking over
no, man,
everybody since you've
I
been up
was
here.
Oh, you
wrong.
doing it again,
I
Sharif?
was
Sharif, you doing it
wrong
again?
on the Tua. I was right on the Tyreek. I just made
No,
a
that's
mistake and said
but you
Tua.
gotta let other
Once you
people
get rid
talk,
of the 10,
Sharif.
once
Sharif,
you
But
get
Sharif,
rid
that's
of the
not the
again,
10
point.
catches that he
Sharif,
needs,
Sharif, Sharif,
you're
Sharif.
you
doing
That's
it
not the
run
point,
you
again.
bro.
run
Listen,
more
bro.
basically.
Listen,
He's not.
Sharif.
See,
Listen, bro.
you
It's
keep
not hard.
talking,
Listen,
man.
bro. Yeah, bro. You
I
gotta be
mean,
disrespectful, man.
look, just because Tyreek getting rid of 10 catches don't mean it's all going to the run game, bro.
That's what basically happened. That's what I was
I
trying to say
mean,
to
yeah,
Cap.
that's what
Yeah.
happened this year, but that ain't necessarily mean it's gonna happen next year. Like Tyreek can
And
restructure his
I agree.
contract and be here.
I
So
agree,
if the
Kenna.
GM comes
That's what
in
happened
and
under
does not
Tua.
listen to what
What happened
McDaniel
under Tua
Pete's
wants,
is why
talking, Sharif.
Sharif
so
Pete's
if the
hates the
talking.
game,
GM
bro.
comes in and doesn't want to
Pete's
listen to
talking,
what
Sharif.
McDaniel's
Pete's talking,
style
Sharif.
is,
Pete's talking, Sharif.
Who?
No,
When
because
who
No,
come in?
this is the
telling
bullshit.
Sharif.
If the GM comes in and
Sharif,
wants
you're
to do
right.
something
We
else,
did,
what the
but
hell
But we
sense
Sharif,
does
got
that
Extra
make?
host now.
but look,
Sharif.
but look,
Sharif. Listen, you're right.
Don't
We
let other
ran
people
more
talk.
after Tyreek Hill. You're right. We did, but that was under Tua's watch. The face of the watch now is different. It's Quinn Ewers' time, and I don't expect, like Kenna said, with Mike McDaniel, a run-heavy approach moving forward. He is more gonna pass the ball, especially off of play action. So yeah, you could be right, but we won't run more. Quinn Ewers looks like a passer, bro. What's up, Kenna?
what's going on?
Good,
Salute,
Kenna.
Kenner.
What up?
Salute.
What
What's up,
up?
Kenna?
First stream of the year, Kenna. Happy New Year to all the fellas.
Yeah,
All
happy
right,
New Year,
Sharif.
everybody.
Now go, Sharif.
And it just I don't know how long y'all been on, but hey, y'all talked about that Troy Aikman helping us out with the GM search.
You know, what's your opinion on that,
Tell it
Kenna?
that's on the title. The title is
Oh,
Miami Dolphins latest news, rumors, Quinn Ewers, Mike McDaniel's job. How do you feel? Are they safe? And Troy Aikman as a consultant for GM. How you feel? That's literally on the title.
yeah, I think everybody's safe this year. I think Ross would just turn around and offer Troy Aikman the job. Like, you
Yeah.
know, I
What you
mean,
think about that, Kenna?
he done asked to I think I ain't gonna say asked, but he done hinted that he would be a general manager for an organization. You know, I just think Ross need to just turn around and ask Troy Aikman to be our general manager instead of helping us look for one.
Yo, Cat, what was you trying to get off, bro? Go ahead.
I was just talking about how Mike McDaniel used to be the run game coordinator in San Francisco, and by him grabbing Wright and Gordon and A-Chain was him trying to get back to his roots to do what he was good at. It didn't necessarily have anything to do with the loss of Tua or the loss of Tyreek. It was just Mike McDaniel trying to go back to what he's used to so that he could save his job. But go ahead, Ken, finish, because I wanted to talk to you about this last night. So let me hear what you got.
Yeah, nah, just what I was saying,
No,
like we going through, like if Troy Aikman gonna sit there and obviously know what to look for in a general manager, Ross should just cut all the bullshit and offer him the job.
Hell no. You think so, Kenner?
Right,
Like,
but
I mean, but think about it. If you gonna sit here and go off of what this guy say for another general manager, why not just hire him?
my question for that, Kenna, is like how would that work with his broadcasting contracts, and like would he even want it? Like wouldn't he lose out on money and connections and stuff by taking a GM job over the broadcasting that he's got going on? Because isn't there restrictions with Tom Brady and the Las Vegas Raiders and stuff? Like he's a broadcaster, but I don't think he's allowed to be in the building, or like there's certain restrictions and stuff that come with that.
That's bullshit.
he was fired 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
by the way,
I
from
mean,
Fox.
I mean,
I think he be spying. I think Tom be
Yeah, he was fired from Fox. Sorry, I didn't say that. Troy Aikman is not employed.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I mean, I really don't think.
So when he was doing the Monday night game, who was he working for?
That was his last game.
That gotta be ESPN,
That was
right?
You see? I mean,
So
I'm just saying
he's
though.
wide
Just think
open
about
then.
it though. Why would he put his foot in this pot of water?
Sorry, I didn't
when
say
it
that,
could go
by the way.
any way?
Hold on, let Kenna go, please.
You know what I'm saying? Why would he put his foot in that hot water when it can go any way? The fact that Troy Aikman said that he would help is kind of alluding to he probably want a job as general manager.
And if that's the case,
doing broadcasts for how many years now? He been broadcasting for how many years? He probably done with it.
Good
What I think happened, Kenna, is after he put the team on blast on broadcast on a primetime game, Stephen Ross probably reached out to him. He probably heard what happened, reached out to Troy Aikman and says, you know everything, tell me how you feel. And Troy Aikman privately told him, Stephen Ross, exactly what it was, and says, you know what, I'll pay you this amount, help me get this thing figured out. I want you to work with Dan Marino and give our new GM search.
Just watch.
Give us tell us what you think. He probably, because let's be honest here, the whole world knows Mike McDaniel has a limited playbook. So Troy Aikman probably didn't even kill Mike McDaniel. He was probably frustrated with Mike McDaniel in that game, but everyone knows it's Tua limiting him. So ever since that game, Tua got benched. Mike McDaniel kept coaching. It looked better. So now everyone sees Mike McDaniel's not the problem at play calling. Everyone sees how hard it is to call the plays for Tua and how it affects and slows everyone down. See what I'm saying? So it's easily seen. So Troy Aikman could easily come around, like the structure of Quinn Ewers, Mike McDaniel, let them figure out a style and a GM approach, change the culture in a way, and then move forward and win ball games, because that's really what they need to do.
So this is like, once again, I'll go to Mike Florio and what Football Night of America has said about this situation. It was said from Mike's inside information, and Mike Florio is a lawyer. He said that they reached out to Jimmy Johnson for the umpteenth time to be the GM. Jimmy Johnson said, I love what I'm doing in the Keys. I'm not coming. I will refer you to Troy Aikman. And then they went and reached out to Troy Aikman. Now, my thing is, I think they really wanted Jimmy to be the GM.
We yo, he done came to
now as a head coach. I'm gonna be real. I trusted Mike Florio with Flores' case, and Flores still has a case with the NFL and with Stephen Ross. I trust Mike Florio. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, I think that with oh my goodness.
Just watch the Mike Florio Football Night of America. You heard what I say. You heard
what
I
got a phone call. Hold on. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah, I mean,
so my
Sharif, but at the end of the day, bro, like Jimmy Johnson was here as a head coach, yo, and I mean, he tried to move forward with the organization, but it didn't work out right. So I really don't see him being the GM for us.
No, he's been out of touch of football for a good little while now.
He's been out of
not really.
You know who else been out of football?
Jimmy's on TV every week. Why do you keep saying that?
Y'all keep cutting people off. Let people finish.
No, Jimmy's
been out of touch too.
Hold up.
With Armstead.
He's been out of football for a while. I didn't say he was completely out of football. Y'all gotta let people finish.
Okay.
Good
grief. He's on TV and
all right, he's been out of football for a little while, but it don't mean he's completely out. The man still has good knowledge of football, but right now I think his mindset is, like I said, on enjoying his life.
He said he's win the Keys. Leave him alone. He said he referred them to Troy Aikman.
Yeah, and not only that.
I want to hear about our quarterback, man. Quinn Ewers. We're not talking about Quinn Ewers enough over here, man.
Jimmy Johnson's got deals with Pat McAfee and game days, so like he's totally comfortable where he's at.
Yeah. This tomorrow.
But my okay, go ahead.
I would pay attention to when it comes to Quinn Ewers tomorrow. I would really pay attention to third downs, especially when he's dropping back to pass it. You know, it's just with him coming out of college. They were saying that when in moments like that, you know, he gets a little flabbergasted. So, you know, if he can hold up and overcome on that situation, yo, you know, Quinn Ewers almost got it. You know what I'm saying? Like he was hitting almost every throw on the field. You know what I'm saying? So,
and to your point,
since we doing that, I'm gonna look for Jalen Wright to finally like hit the hole properly. Jalen Wright, stop running in the back of the damn O lineman.
Jalen Wright is blind, bro. That man ain't got no vision. Sharif, keep cooking, bro.
But
we need him
to your point,
because
Kenna,
A-Chain is hurt.
Here we go.
That man has bad vision, Mr. Park.
That man has.
Yes, he does, Mr. Park.
Hold on, before we get off of Quinn Ewers and get to the run game, I'm kind of with Kenna. You know, like there's some things that I'm gonna be looking at from Quinn Ewers tomorrow, right? Like, because this is a big moment for him. This is a big pressure moment for him. So we're like one thing I'm gonna be looking at is no A-Chain tomorrow. This is gonna be a big pressure moment for Quinn Ewers. And I want to see how he handles that pressure, because like how he handles that pressure will tell us a lot about whether he is the guy for the future or not.
Yeah, and I forget a lot of starters.
He's about to play tomorrow with no A-Chain.
Sorry, I didn't know your name, sir.
He already beat the He already
That's
beat
why
the
they went and got.
Buccaneers with
AFC
no
East
Waddle.
boys.
That's why they went
I
and
mean,
got
come
another
on now.
AFC
quarterback.
Easty boys, yeah, like the Beastie Boys.
AFC Easty boys. I just want to say, this is also another example where Waddle went out in the second quarter, A-Chain went out in the second quarter, and now A-Chain won't be playing, and Ewers is still out there taking hits from defensive ends and throwing passes.
Well, I mean,
This is just another example.
At the end of the day, though, Sharif, wouldn't you expect that, right? Because he was been our backup and our third string quarterback, so he has more
But this is
chemistry with the
refreshing
second. Hold
because
on,
this is
he has
something that
he has more chemistry with the second stringers anyway. So I would expect him to just go out there and not expect to play with Waddle and A-Chain. I would
But I
expect him
just
to be
think
more
Tua made
comfortable
business
playing with
decisions.
the other guys.
I would look for him to
Deal
be
with.
more
Okay, let me
comfortable.
just come right out and say it. Tua made business decisions so he can get his money, and it sucks because he never wanted to take a hit to throw the football.
I mean,
So there it goes. Tua made business
Shout out to
decisions,
John.
can we
and it
keep it
sucks because you
panel
need to
right
take
now?
hits when you have to make throws
Okay,
in the
so
NFL.
for Sharif, please let other people talk, please. I mean, I got a lot of
No,
respect
I
for you,
had to
man.
say that because people
Okay, but
think that
Sharif,
no,
you keep cutting
Tua
people off,
sucked
man.
because he
Bro,
knew he couldn't take another
I'm
big
not.
hit
But
and it
we were
revolve
talking about
around his
Ewers.
head.
We weren't talking about Tua, bro. We weren't talking about Tua. We were talking about Quinn.
No, what I'm saying, Eastie Boys, is
but we
that
already knew that,
because
Sharif. We already
Yeah,
knew it too.
right, so
there was, yes.
so it
Yeah,
it sucks,
you
man.
can't change my mind about Tua, bro. He's a horrible football player, but he's a great person. That's it. End of conversation.
Yes,
And I
sir.
do think he's a great
Cat in
person
the
at
hat.
that.
I'm with you 100%. If I
His
see
last
him in
start
person, I would
NFL
shake his
game
hand,
for
be
the
a best
Dolphins
friend.
was against the Steelers.
I don't even think he's
Yep.
a great person at that neither.
Yeah, nobody's gonna take the chance on this. Too many good quarterbacks coming out next year. He won't start. We're gonna take the hit. We're gonna cut him, and that's it. Because he's
Yeah.
not.
So to me,
I
it's
think
so
we're good.
refreshing to like Ewers has already took like 6 hits and like 1 incompletion. Like he's taking some big hits in the pocket, bro. That's refreshing to see.
Yeah,
Wait,
Yeah,
Am I
but
wrong?
But
Yeah,
Sharif,
and
though,
he,
how sustainable is that? We watched Skylar Thompson take 8 hits in that one game against Buffalo last year, and it finally put him
Yeah, he
out. It
was.
finally put him on his ass. Like he was taking hits too, bro. But your body can only do that so much. We don't need to be sitting here like, oh, he's taking all these hits and looking at it like it's a good thing. That means we need to work on our offensive line more, bro.
Hey, yo, Cat. I ain't
yeah.
trying to
You're
switch.
looking at
I ain't trying
Derek
to switch
Carr.
the. I ain't trying to switch the
Exactly.
no,
Cat,
Perfect example right there.
Cat,
Joe
Cat, I ain't
Burrow,
trying.
another one.
Cat.
you,
I ain't trying to switch the
I
conversation.
believe you
How you
Go
do
feel
ahead,
need
about
to
Sean.
build.
Trinidad?
I believe you do need to build the offense inside out instead of like we were doing, like outside in. You know, you brought you brought defensive shiny toys. Okay, a Hill. You got Ramsey. You got shiny toys to dingle you, but we didn't do the offensive line right,
Yeah,
and we
Cat.
didn't do the defensive line right.
No,
Even
that's
though
true.
we have good players,
I
I mean,
disagree.
they're
I
not
disagree
great
with that.
players. No,
I
we
disagree.
did not do the offensive line right.
Yeah,
We
I
Hold
got
on,
agree.
guys.
one. We got
Hold on,
one.
guys.
This, hey, talk to
Shotgunner,
We
him,
got
John.
Shotgunner has
This
something he wanted to
maybe
offensive
say.
line is
two.
trash.
Yeah, I want to ask Cat
Defensive
and Pete
line
a
is
question.
junk.
Yo, Cat Pete, how y'all feel about that kid from Ole Miss? That game. I like him, that quarterback.
I'm telling you right now, Quinn Ewers is the future. Y'all can talk quarterback all y'all want, but we ain't getting nobody.
Yeah, I
Agree.
don't
That
feel like.
No,
I
Pretty
don't.
good
We're
though.
not getting no
no, we're
quarterback
not
this
getting
draft.
another
I'm gonna
quarterback.
let y'all
Uh-uh.
talk and hype
No,
it
Pete,
up,
right?
but
No,
it's
no,
not
Pete, right
happening.
on that. I'm gonna tell you
But
why.
Pete,
Eh,
ain't nothing left after the 8th pick.
Good grief,
Well,
Sharif. Why you keep
Look,
cutting people off, man?
if we have to eat money because of Tua,
Sorry, Mr. Pog,
I
Please,
don't know
but
if we
ain't nothing
can get
left
a
after the
quarterback
8th pick.
listen.
unless it's in the 7th round.
Okay, Pete is right about that because 'cause this is what I'm saying. We just brought in a quarterback, and I'm gonna say it again. He's not the bomb. Okay, but this man is on the active roster right now. This Cam Miller is on the active roster right now. So that means that we got 4
Oh,
quarterbacks, or it's a
Mr.
quarterback
Pog
about to
sounds
be
like Pete
dropped
now.
off.
Yeah, Mr. Pope, I agree with you. Zach and possibly Tua won't be back.
Do you know it would be funny if we brought in
I
Beck?
agree with that, Mr. Pope.
The truth is,
Somebody's
though,
getting
Gunner,
released.
don't take that out completely out the way, though. If there's a possibility, it could be Zach Wilson versus Quinn Ewers this offseason as open
No,
quarterback
Zach
competition.
Wilson.
no.
I
Yep,
Hey,
disagree with that.
we might bring him
hey,
back
So
because this is
Because
we might bring him
Miller
back.
said
There's
that
I
no
disagree
Pete,
with
I'm
that.
telling you.
He's
Now
out of
we're
here.
back to
Pete,
normal, Pete. We're
Pete.
back to normal.
Pete.
Pete.
He's
What?
out of here.
What
There's no
if
competition between
you
Zach
know?
It ain't over with Zach. If you pay attention to his contract, I know
Pete,
we signed him
let
for 1
me
year, but
Oh,
we're
let me
paying
let
him for
me
3.
let me give
He
you a
did a
theory
favor.
here,
but see
Pete.
this is
I
Pete,
don't
I
I
want to
don't
give you
think
a
it'll be
theory here.
Zach, Pete. I don't think it'll be Zach, Pete. I think it'll
I don't
be
think so.
I think
a
he's so
more
done.
What?
veteran. I think it'll be a
No,
more veteran player that we could get for cheap on a 1 year deal to be a bridge
James,
quarterback.
James,
it'll be
And
either a
I'm
veteran
actually
player
Levis is a
leaning
free
towards
agent.
what Mr. Polk's been saying about Marcus Mariota.
Marcus
Uh,
Mariota.
No, I
he'll
think
be cheap,
Levis.
Hell
Cat
and
no.
I
over
think he would
Hell
be
no.
Levis
great.
is
Stay
cheap
away
There's
too.
from that Mariota truth.
Malik Willis. Hold on, Malik Willis is
No,
another
that
good
too.
one.
Stay away
James,
from
Mo-
that.
Man, I'm
No.
James
about to say
Winston.
not over Malik.
no,
James
we don't want
Winston.
Jameis Winston.
The
they're
kid
just
Oh
Levis
bridge
my
from
hell no.
Tennessee,
quarterbacks.
he'll be a
Okay,
free
that's
agent.
all.
I
Who?
forget with the kid from the Levis kid from Tennessee.
And
Oh,
He'll
Mac,
be
he's
a free
ass.
agent.
here's
Hell
one
no.
for you. Here's one for you. Mac Jones. Now, hear me out.
He works. He
Hear me
do.
out.
Cat. He works in Mike
Did he
McDaniel
do good?
system. He do.
Did he do good this year in his
You got
fill-ins
to trade for
for
Mac
Brock Purdy?
Jones. He's under contract. The
He
49ers.
No, I'm
Cat.
pretty sure he goes free agent.
But
No, he's
I
under.
think
He
it's
got 1
Will
more year.
He
Levis.
does work in Mike
Uh,
McDaniel system, but for some reason I see the Vikings just snatching him up, bro.
well, he still got 1 more year with the 49ers, so it won't happen.
I just see the Vikings, but Cat, you right. I see him working in Mike
Listen,
McDaniel
listen,
system. I
Pete.
can't
I
front.
could see Will Levis in here backing up Quinn Ewers from Tennessee because
Nah,
Will
Hell
Levis
nah.
Will
is an
Levis,
Hell
aggressive
nah.
quarterback.
leave
I
Will
can
Levis
see him in here,
in.
dog.
Hell
Because
nah.
he's in the money rate
Hell
that we
no.
need for backup too.
We
No,
don't want no
Trash,
Will
bro.
isn't Will
Levis.
Levis the guy that tripped over his own feet?
man,
I'd
isn't
rather
Will
go with
Levis
Marcus
the
Yes, he
guy
threw an
that
inner like I think he
quarterback?
threw an inner
I
last
wouldn't
year
know.
like
That
to
tells me
Herman.
all I need to know right there, bro.
We
Filthy,
need
bro.
Sharif. You
Really
gotta
never
look
seen
at
him.
pocket passers, bro. You
He's terrible.
pocket
Marcus
passers.
Mariota.
You know. It's Quinn Ewers, fellas. I'm sorry. The man
Hey,
passes out of the phone booth. We got
I
Mike
can
said
McDaniel
backup,
ready.
Pete.
And we're not.
Seen
I don't think we're disagreeing that Quinn Ewers will
no.
like is being the favorite to start next year. We're just
Right.
saying like as a bridge quarterback,
Yeah,
you
who will
would
back
want
him
to
up,
go
right?
out and
I agree with
get
that.
a veteran quarterback that also
You
is a
know,
Exactly.
pocket
and you know
passer,
what?
but also has the
Exactly.
ability to run. A guy like Marcus Mariota,
Marcus
because
Mariota.
no, I don't feel like we're going to draft a quarterback this
We're
year.
not.
Not
We're
high.
building
We
we?
around Quinn.
shouldn't. We better not. We
Nah,
better
it's too
wait till
many
next
guards
year
We're
to
coming in
building.
draft
next
our
year.
Listen, and you know
quarterback.
what's good about
Yeah.
There you
building
go,
around
Cat.
Quinn?
There you
And
go, Cat.
Think about what he just said in one of his
Look,
latest pressers. He pointed out that these young guys need to like take friendship and stuff more seriously than worrying about the NIL money, right? That's a big
hmm
indicator that in
that's what
4
Quinn Ewers
years,
said.
yeah,
Yeah.
Quinn Ewers said that.
yeah.
And in 4 years, when it's time to pay Quinn Ewers really might be that guy that says, I want a team friendly deal to continue building around this. That's what
Do
it
you know who
sounds
that
like to
sounds?
me.
But
Do you
Pete,
know
And
who that sounds
if
like?
we were smart,
That
what
sounds
I
We
was
like
get in
saying,
trouble when we listen to these press.
Do you know who that sounds like? That
We
sounds
fall
like
in
Dan
love with
Marino.
players through their
Dan Marino
It sounds
we
would
almost like Tom
great
would
players
Brady-ish.
see
no,
you.
but Dan Marino would actually cut his salary to get people in.
You get what I'm
John,
saying.
Okay.
Yeah. So he
I
could
got a
pay the
question
center,
specifically for all of you
the
guys.
White
Have any of
Stevenson.
you ever seen
Yeah.
a quarterback throw like Quinn Ewers is throwing, like the way he throws with his throwing motions and all of that? Like the way it looks? Like who do you compare his throwing motion to? Think about what we just saw for 2 weeks with our own eyes.
to
Look at
me,
Quinn Ewers and look at his throwing motion, the way he just stands still in the pocket. Like it's weird at times.
he
Would
remind me like he don't got the best arm strength, and this might go over
Josh
head. But to
Beck
me, he remind me of Phillip Rivers, like a Phillip Rivers type quarterback.
is somebody? Are
He
you
has been
talking about
sidearming
some?
it. He has
Yeah,
that sidearm throw in him. I've seen it a few times,
he
but
got that sidearm. He remind me. He's not a bad quarterback at all. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
he's got a little sidearm, I guess. Yeah.
I just think
Oh my
a
God.
lot of
I
people
guess he
will beat
does.
him
Look what
out.
the chat just said on the screen, bro.
What they
What?
say?
I can't see
That
it.
is unreal. Quinn reminds him of Aaron, and that's who I had in mind, fellas.
Nah, not
Because
Aaron.
yeah,
Who?
it's special. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. It's his
Are you saying
throwing
Aaron
motions.
Rodgers?
Exactly
No,
what you
Pete.
said, Gunner. That sidearm throw, that's not his typical, but he's able to do that with a little quick flick of the wrist. It's like he's
Yeah.
almost like a
He did the
natural
back pedal
baseball player.
60-yard bomb.
He's like a natural
Yeah.
baseball player. All right.
But Philip,
So what's
that's
beautiful
why I
about
give him.
him,
That's why I said Philip
this
Rivers,
man,
though, Pete. Because Philip Rivers,
but Philip Rivers only had that. That's all. That's how he played the game. Was that little sidearm throw?
right. That's what I'm saying. Like he don't really have
This
the
man
strongest
Quinn
arm.
has all type of like angles. He throws it from every angle.
On the run.
High motion, low
He can move
motion
with the
throw,
pocket.
sidearm. Yeah, and it's just a flick, and you think it's a weak throw, but he just knows like from what he sees, he knows the
touch is his
specific
power.
touch. Yeah, exactly. He knows the specific
With
touch
velocity.
that ball needs. He knows how to throw a fastball, but if he doesn't have to, because he's anticipating it, he's anticipating it with that touch of the throw, and that's what makes it special. It's almost Chad Pennington special.
Yeah, that's his superpower.
Aaron Rodgers special, but with a really great strong arm. Like, don't
I
get
would
it
say
twisted.
Matty
Quinn
Ice.
Ewers has a strong arm,
An
fellas.
athletic
It just
Matty
doesn't
Ice
look like
speed.
it.
Hell no.
That's what I would say though. I would say an athletic Matty Ice. Right now, Matty Ice, athletic.
Like I said, this game,
Not Aaron
Yeah, we gonna
Rodgers
see.
though. No, bro.
What you say, Kenneth? What you say, Kenneth?
No,
I was
not
saying,
Aaron. No.
I was saying tomorrow's game will show a lot. It, you know, like we were saying, a lot of starters gonna be out. He's gonna be playing with the second string. He should be
That's
comfortable.
his team now.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, hey, Quinn Ewers. I mean, I don't see. We shouldn't bring in a veteran just for the simple fact of if Quinn is not doing good and we bench him, it might hurt.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
You know, I would say stay the ship. Probably go get another young quarterback to where, you know, they can learn. And I mean, just going to get what they've been saying, Kirk Cousins or Marcus Mariota.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Marcus Mariota already he in the league.
I'm telling you right now, bad out of hell, Quinn Ewers is way better than Skylar Thompson, and I'm gonna be the first one to tell y'all.
So
I'm not afraid, but don't
let
get
me-
it twisted either, because Skylar Thompson is better than Tua Tagovailoa. That don't change either.
So
That
I
is a
just
fact.
listened to a little bit of Mike from Dolphins Talk guys, right? And Mike said, "Isn't it logical and simple when they call Troy Aikman after the broadcast of the Pittsburgh game, after him ripping into the 2-minute offense and the unable to be able to do it, when Stephen Ross called Aikman simply said, 'Well, why do you have the quarterback in who can't run it?' And then Ross said, 'Well, I'm going to bring you in, and I think we're going to make a change at quarterback then.' And then that change was made, and now 2 weeks later, they report that Troy Aikman has already been
and Sharif, since
So
you're
my-
already popping
my-
off,
so my
I
thing
got a
is-
question. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No.
you,
This
Sharif.
go
I want
listen
you
to
be the
Mike
first
from
one. I'm not
the
listening
Dolphins
to Mike.
Talk.
The
He's
fans
saying
want to
this.
hear
He
the
said, I'm not
fans,
listening to
bro.
Mike.
Sharif, you want to be the first to answer? Check this out. Let me ask you this question, and I want all of you guys' opinion. And go first, Sharif, since you were popping off. If Quinn Ewers, based on what you've seen the last 2 games, started all year this season with a healthy Tyreek, healthy Waddle, where do you think we stand at right now? Be honest with yourselves.
I think with a healthy Quinn Ewers week 1 and a full training camp, I think Tyreek doesn't get hurt. Oh my gosh. I think you probably go 13-5. I think 13-5. Because right now, but the thing about it is, if you go 13-5 with a healthy Tyreek, you don't have 31 carries a game running the football, and then we're complaining about why McDaniel's not running more.
You mean 13 and
Because
4?
we have a quarterback who can get right. We have a quarterback who can get Tyreek 10 touches and can get Waddle his 7, and you can keep the offense the way you can keep it 70-10. right?
don't New England
So
got something to play for tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, that right there
to me,
tomorrow. Like I said, y'all, like all
who's
that other bullshit.
speaking
And
right?
Tomorrow is
Kenna,
gonna
Let,
show
let, let
Kenna,
everything.
Kenny go.
Kenna, give
Let
us
Kenny
your
go.
thoughts. Go ahead,
Survive. Let
Kenna.
me tell you something.
Hold up,
Let me
hold up.
just say this to
hold
survive.
on.
I
Somebody got. Hold
see
on. He
it
wanted the whole
inside
panel to answer the
yours.
question, Sharif.
Sheree, let Kenny go,
Oh,
please.
Yeah.
go. Sorry.
Yeah. He wanted the whole panel to answer that question.
Paul.
Yeah.
No, it's okay, man. You good,
Go ahead,
man. But
Kenna.
just like,
Yeah, well, okay. So if Quinn would have started at the beginning of the year, yes, this offense is
Mhm.
completely different. This team is completely different. A-Chain is not getting the recognition that he's getting right now because I don't foresee Tyreek getting hurt on that little slant. Like, I'm not going to say little slant because Tyreek still would have been running slants and drags, but I don't think it would have resulted in him hurting this. I don't know, man, because him hurting himself was basically karma from the shit that he's been doing outside of football. Like, that's why I feel like that injury with
Yeah,
Tyreek.
that's a different topic.
That's
Uh,
completely different. So let's say everything does happen the same. Tyreek's get injured. I really don't. I don't see us throwing the ball behind the line of scrimmage fucking 8-10 times a game. I will say that. I'm not gonna sit here and say Quinn
right.
Ewers would have won that in games, but at the same time, Quinn Ewers would have helped open this offense up to where we can plug substitute and plug players in and get a
yep.
good evaluation out of these players.
We would have never called that dumb play that got Tyreek Hill hurt. Tyreek Hill would have still been alive
Can
right
I
now.
ask you, is Mike McDaniel's job safe right now?
No, John.
100%,
John,
John.
answer the
Yes.
question. Hold on. No, we got to answer the question. John, the question was, how do you think the Miami Dolphins would have been if Quinn Ewers was the starter and gave him a fair chance of basically the starter? Got
Well,
weapons.
I agree with what whoever said. I would think Quinn would have done better. Okay.
Like, no, what you think our record would have been? Like, elaborate more. Like, what you think our record?
We would
Oh,
have been a better team.
it would have been a better team. I can't tell. I wouldn't know that. But I mean, it would have been we would have been close. We would have been maybe in the playoffs
Let me ask you this question real quick, John, that pertains to answering that.
because we wouldn't have gotten rid
John,
of
do you
the
think
defense.
John,
That
do you
we
think Tyreek Hill would have got hurt if Quinn Ewers would have started all season?
Oh, go ahead.
I forgot how he got hurt.
You can't
That's it.
say that.
Well, he got hurt on his sideline, didn't he? He got hurt in the Jets game
Yeah.
because I was there. I was by the jumbo screens, and I didn't really see it. I just knew a whole bunch of people were surrounding him. So it was hard for me to see it, and I just heard it by secondhand.
Gotcha.
I'm not.
But you do think we're a better team. What about you, Gunner?
Oh yeah. Cat, you up next?
Oh,
Or
go ahead,
Mr.
Cat
Pope?
in the Hat.
No. I was gonna ask whoever next. Well, go ahead. Yeah, whoever. I go. No, I got it. I'm just
Go ahead, John.
Yeah, I got it. So long story short, I think no matter what, like I've been saying, that's when I first met you beautiful fellas, man. Like in week 3, that's when I came in here, you know what I mean, banging for Shador, because I knew as a team, the way we was fighting, I knew the quarterback play was terrible. And it was still like two and nears, like not saying you guys was, but it was two and nears everywhere. And I seen the quarterback play. So I was wanted to change, period. Even Zach even wanted Quinn. So I've been begging him for even Quinn. I've been said that before I even said about Shador. I'm like, Quinn deserve a shot. You know what I'm saying? To at least play, because Tua to me should have been
got
benched.
pounded by Indiana.
Sharif, let me land.
Damn.
Shoot. They was done like I thought Tua should have been done by week 3. So basically, I feel like no matter what with any quarterback, I believe in coach that much that he at least, because he had one with Tua before. He had a playoff record with 11-6 with Tua, and it always been a myth to me of saying that the Dolphins can't play in cold weather. No, Tua can't play in cold weather. Don't put that on all our Dolphins players. Like how I never liked that narrative. Like even if I'm other players on the team,
Tua is like 3-22.
Like our
That man Tua lost a game versus Buffalo in the cold where Raheem Mostert had 100 yards rushing in the first quarter. It felt like. But
feel
go ahead.
me? So it's like so I never liked that narrative. So I feel like no matter what with our team, but this the thing that I push back to you, Pete, before Mr. Pope and before Cat go. It's like we really like I like Quinn Ewers. I like what I'm seeing, and to Kenneth's point, I'm definitely glued in tomorrow to see what he got because this division still has Josh Allen and Drake May in it. So you have to be like, no matter what you have to say, we can't come third in this place if we want to even be a wild card. We have to come second or one. That's a fact. Third
And
don't
just
get
getting a QB.
Hold on, Sharif, you had your chance. Third don't get you in. So in this division, we have to understand: can Quinn Ewers compete with a Josh Allen and a Drake May? I don't know. You know what I mean? I'd rather give that chance.
Yeah.
And if like to Cat point,
Nah, he gonna beat them.
Point, hold on, I'm about to be done. Hold on, goddamn, Sharif, I'm about to be to Cat point. It would bring a veteran in to complete. Quinn Ewers deserved to start next year. He deserved to be the QB1. But I would still bring in a Shador or a Malik Willis because he deserved to have somebody compete with him because we still competing with a Josh Allen and a Drake May. And I rest my case.
No, I don't know because kind of check this out, and I agree with a little bit with Sharif because Drake May nor Josh Allen, despite what they've done in the NFL already, I get it. I love Josh Allen. I'm starting to like a little bit of what I've seen from Drake May, especially on third down play. But hear me out. None of those two were ever favored to win the national championship back-to-back years as a college starter. And honestly,
5 class high school.
Yep, and a top 5 coming out of like high school, like Sharif just pointed out. I think we got like it was a bad overlooked draft where the chips and the dominoes landed the way it landed, and we got blessed with a quarterback that's gonna take this franchise bright overnight.
Because the
like, it starts
IL.
Sunday, and it really starts on Sunday because
your question.
The Patriots. But go ahead and answer the question, Kat, because you know what it is.
So your question, P, is you're asking if the outcome of this season would have been different if Quinn
Ewers was the starter from week 1. How was the outlook? How do you think the season would have played out?
In my opinion, honestly, no, I don't think the outcome itself would have been different. I think we'd still be sitting around the same record that we have right now. It just would have looked slightly different because in the beginning, our team was in shambles, and it wasn't just at quarterback. It was on defense. It was on offensive line. It was the coach. All of it. Our team was in shambles. So we would have had a very rough start. We would have had a more rough start with Quinn Ewers getting the start because not only were we working kinks out of our own on offense, defense, and special teams, the quarterback, there would have been ebbs and flows with the learning and the chemistry and getting everything together. Because remember, Quinn Ewers was playing with the 2s and not the 1s. So
that's why
I'm gonna be honest with you, Kat. I don't even think. Let's say we do lose to the Colts week 1.
That's why I asked the question that I did.
I think we lose in a better fashion week 1 to the Colts. With Quinn Ewers.
That's why I said Indianapolis killed
but I don't
us.
think like that game right there, the Colts week 1 blew the soul out of the Tua-led team, bro.
But Pete, that's why this next year with Quinn Ewers is so important. And if the organization does it right, we can turn this organization around as early as 2027.
I don't know if I'm as high as Sharif. I do want to be that high on 13 wins, but I'm gonna be honest with you, fellas. Before Mr. Paul goes and answers our question, I think we're like I think we're a wild card team right now. Looking like we have rookie of the year at quarterback. No, if I'm answering my own question, this is how I think it would have played out. We probably would have been a wild card team right now with like 10 wins. With Quinn Ewers starting all season, I do believe Tyreek Hill would have stayed healthy. Waddle would have been better. Our offense would have been more productive. To the guys that are saying like cat in the hat, and then also in the chat that our defense was bad early on, I do believe some of those games were winnable, even with those bad performances on defense. For example, the Patriots game, right? That was early on. We were there to win that game late, and that's with Tua. So I'm picturing an upgrade at quarterback, so I believe that's winnable. The Panthers game, that's another winnable game that our defense held out and gave up. But I believe our offense wins that game with Quinn Ewers. That's just 2, for example, we could have probably won. I don't think we lose the Cleveland game the way we lost the Cleveland game. We probably etched that one out, and the Falcons. Like, come
Right, but
on
the way that
now.
I'm looking at it, but the way that I'm
We
looking
had a
at it is like
we had a really easy
that's still
schedule
early in the
early on.
season. I don't feel like our offense would have looked the way it looked with first couple games
I think
offensively.
Mike
Wouldn't have been
McDaniel, and that's
as thing.
another indicator on why I know Mike McDaniel's job is safe next season. In that scenario played out the way I visualize it, we got rookie of the year at quarterback in the 7th round. We're a wild card playoff team again with a rookie quarterback. Mike McDaniel wins coach of the year. Let's be honest. Like we got what we got, but we might not like it under Tua's microscope, but we got to understand that's over with. We got 2 games under our belt with Mike McDaniel and Quinn Ewers. And honestly, if it wasn't for the second half sprinkler collapse and it just sprayed everywhere because of the turnovers happening, that was a real good game in the first half. It was really good.
Well,
Yeah,
from
but
what I hear,
how much do those 2 games really tell you in a situation where there's literally no pressure on the shoulders of Quinn Ewers?
There's a lot of pressure on the shoulders of Quinn Ewers.
That's why I said the first game is a good indicator, yo, because New England is playing for something. Even though we're not playing for something, New England is playing for something.
Yeah.
So that means their defense is going to come out and try to give Quinn Ewers both hands that he's a rookie quarterback right now.
the Dolphins, some of the Dolphins should be playing for their jobs. Period.
Everybody, that's all they got. They got to
They
play
all
for
they all
pride.
playing for the job.
So they're playing. They're playing for something. It's just not in the way that everybody else is playing for.
Well,
Quinn Ewers has a
Joe, is
that's super cold. 30 is cold.
Yeah, we
Quinn
don't
Ewers
have
goes
no
up to New England,
on
he has that beat out the door in his rookie year in his 3rd game. He beat the Patriots on the road in Foxborough. Now, I don't want to hear next offseason, oh, can we beat the Patriots because we play them week 3? Yeah, we could beat the Patriots. We almost beat them with Tua starting, and we beat them with Quinn last game of the season. I'm not afraid of the Patriots.
And honestly, like I'm not going to be surprised. Like I won't be surprised if they sit a bunch of their starters or their starters don't play the whole game. Like they don't, like they're not getting number 1 seed. If they were smart, and Mark Vrabel is a smart guy, he would sit his starters so that they get a bye week going into wild card. Like that would be.
They have a lot of players rated out already.
Yeah, but there's a
If you're
possibility
hurt,
that they can drop the
Drake. But they're still going to play Drake May.
On that team that needs to be on the field is Drake May because he is still fighting for MVP. Everyone else can sit. And let's really see how much of an
there's
MVP
a possibility
he is.
that they can fall out of a home field advantage spot there.
Beastie Boys.
Listen, if you want to
They
stamp
have
his
to play their ass off. It's no escaping that.
Listen, Sharif, Drake May wants to stamp his MVP ticket. He goes out there with the second stringers and he does what he's been doing all season.
They would have to travel if they don't play their ass off. You realize that they would have to travel to a game.
And shows the NFL that it was him, and then it wasn't just like the team being together. It wasn't Mike Vrabel. Like I said, Drake should be the only one.
The Dolphins better bring their best because the Patriots have to play. They will get the 3rd seed if we beat them and 2 teams win.
No, I'm not Cat.
So it's not playing their ass off. They have to play their ass off.
They dropped 6 to the 6.
They need luck to
if the Patriots lose,
they need luck to get 1 seed. They can't depend on themselves anymore, Beastie Boys. They need luck and all. There's no escaping. You can't escape playing your ass off. You better do it. That means the Dolphins better be ready. Quinn Ewers better be ready to take their lunch.
Sharif, the Chargers have that possibility too of winning the number 1 seed, right?
Who would be number 1 seed if the Patriots aren't?
Herbert has a broken non-throwing wrist on his hand, bro.
The Broncos pretty much got it locked down. The only way they can lose it is if they lose to the Chargers and Patriots beat the Dolphins. Or if Jacksonville wins and Broncos and Patriots lose, Jacksonville will have number 1 seed.
Now, who don't think that?
Okay.
Yeah,
Shannon Sharp will be bragging.
But you're looking at that Broncos Chargers game, and the Chargers are literally sitting everybody already. The Chargers are
They're not
already
sitting
literally. So you're
everybody.
looking at that game.
They're not
So you're
sitting
look,
everybody.
Yeah, I
They're
don't think
just
it's
sitting
everybody,
Herbert.
Cat.
Herbert is hurt. It's good to rest him.
but they're also missing 3 players on their offensive
Keenan Allen
line.
is when Winston Johnson is going to play. They're missing those guys because they're hurt, but those
It,
guys are.
If you're a
isn't their
coach, if you're
defensive
Liam
player
Cohen
hurt?
or you're Mike Vrabel, you're looking at this
Or
Chargers
was?
Broncos game, and you're saying that the Broncos win this game,
I
and that's how
agree. I
you're
do
going
think the
into Week
Broncos are
18.
going to win that game. I do believe they're going to win that game. And I
Yeah.
do believe, hear me out, Kat. I do believe there's going to be some scoreboard watching in our game where if they see that the Patriots are winning and if they see that the other team is winning and they're winning big, and now it's like, oh, come on, there's no point of playing Drake May the rest of the game. The Broncos are blowing out the Chargers 28-7, and it's halftime. You see my
Right,
point?
and that's basically my whole point. Is like we could win this game because we could be going and playing against a New England team that isn't the starters. Whether it starts the game like that or whether it becomes
Especially
like
if,
that at
Okay,
halftime.
but here's the thing, Cat.
if
Here's the thing, Cat.
the scoreboard at
With that
halftime
being
is looking like the
with that
Broncos
being
are
the
winning
case,
28-7, and we've been hitting Drake May a lot, hell yeah, they're gonna take that. All it takes is for Bradley Chubb a strip sack, take an awkward tackle, make Drake May flip, and they're taking that guy out the game immediately.
okay, I understand all that, but still, we have to become active in the second half because I'm telling you, we've been looking bad in the second half for the last couple of games. We got to put some points on the board in the second half. Even though we're playing our New England Patriots that's not going to have all these starters in there, you still need to put up some points in the second half.
No,
I agree.
I'm totally
I
with
say
you, Mr.
28
Paul. I'm
plus.
totally with you, Mr.
I
Paul,
say 28 plus, Mr. Paul.
because
I'm
of
just
the
glad it's
fact of
not
what I'm
Buffalo.
saying. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Because
Hold up, John. Let Cat go.
I want to see a
add on
4-touchdown pass game, Mr. Paul, from Quinn Ewers.
to add on to the pressure that the Miami Dolphins are going to have to go with the fact that if people get sat in the New England side, if they get sat and you guys go out there, I'm talking about the Miami Dolphins go out there and they don't look good against some backups, it's not going to look good for Quinn Ewers. It's not going to look good for Mike McDaniel. So that's why, yes, it's very important.
Yeah.
This is a high pressure moment for these guys because they could end up being in a situation where they're playing backups. And how good do you look against backups?
And if it doesn't look for Mike McDaniel, then his job may not be safe yet.
I'm gonna tell you like this: our secondary weak as hell, y'all. Drake May about to come out there and go hang.
I don't know, man. I think our secondary is really good with Jack Jones and Rasul Douglas. It's our offensive line that's trash, Kenna, and it's being exposed now with Quinn Ewers under quarterback that's willing to hold on to that ball. And now you're seeing Patrick Paul. He gets beat with no move. Just run around him.
Pete, you my boy.
Yeah, but
Run
hold
over him.
Hold up, Pete. Come on,
Yeah,
now.
Run over
Pete.
him.
Pete, you my
Sabanea,
boy,
bro,
man.
this
Let me say
offensive
something
line
to
is
Go ahead,
looking
Mr. Polk.
soft on
Yeah, I gotta say
Patrick
something to
Paul's
Pete
pro,
too.
bro.
Pete, my boy, man. Go ahead, Mr. Polk.
Much as Patrick Paul has improved and what have you, he's going to have a bad game. Don't come down on the man too hard. Now, all good players.
I'm looking at it on Sunday. I'm looking at it on Sunday.
I've seen the great Tom Brady have bad games.
So
let's not come down. You keep bringing up Patrick Paul. He's been playing good.
Yeah,
under Tua. He's been playing good
happen.
under Tua. The guy that gets rid of the ball so quick. Now we ask you to block. Now you can't block. Now we really seeing who you are.
And Pete, this my thing.
It's time.
And Pete, this is my thing. Like my thing, I feel like you kind of little bit undermining Drake May, man. At the end of the day, man, like he showed what he can do with a good coach. So no, it's not his fault he went to North Carolina. My thing is if he went to either a North Carolina, if he went to a Notre Dame, or if he was in the SSC, I think he'd have been a higher pick. I mean, North Carolina,
he did right by going to North Carolina.
He's not really getting no recognition in North Carolina. You know
he did right by going to
I want
North
you to take
Carolina.
this into consideration too.
North
I
Carolina.
say, Cat. That's what I was going to ask you, Cat. If Drake May went to a Notre Dame or something, I think he'd have been the number 1 overall pick.
Well, I'm talking about. I was going to lean on the Patrick Paul thing. What he was saying with Patrick Paul is like, Pete, you need to take this into consideration too. Earlier in the season, right? He's guarding and he's blocking for a left-handed quarterback, so his motions the things that he needs to do them backwards from what he grew up playing football. Now he's back to a right-handed quarterback. So all of their normal motions that they grow up learning, they can go back to. And it's back to a muscle memory situation and not like I have to do it like this now instead of like this. Because when you're learning stuff, the processing is a lot different. It's a lot slower because you have to tell your brain to do this, and then your brain has to tell this to do this. To whereas when you're used to it, it's muscle memory and it just happens. So that's why I feel like the offensive line will be better under a right-handed quarterback. But at the same time, we still need work on the left side. Now, that's all I had to say.
Okay. We'll be on that, Cat.
I just know the first time I saw Tua, it looked strange to have a right-hand quarterback. It really did.
Yeah, but John, John. I already told the mods, like, if they, we don't even want to talk about Tua over here no more. It's Quinn Ewers year.
That's facts.
It is Quinn Ewers time. Like, it is officially over. The year is 2026. We're moving up. We just got Troy Aikman in the building. What's wild, what y'all didn't hear me probably say earlier is, to me, and I know I'm loud and wrong, but I'm that think outside the box type fan. In my opinion, Stephen Ross has backstabbed Danny Boy Dan Marino with the hire of Troy Aikman, putting it out on blast and in front pages that it's Troy Aikman that's going to lead the charge for the new GM, not Dan Marino, a.k.a. we can win a Super Bowl with Tua Marino guy. He lost a lot of respect from Stephen Ross, and I think Dan Marino sat here and played Stephen Ross, and he was just a yes man trying to fulfill his dream, just being there and getting all the glory, just running with Tua. He should have been the first one in Stephen Ross's ear saying, I'm Dan Marino, and Tua ain't it, bro. He's going to ruin the franchise. And Dan Marino didn't do that for Stephen Ross. Now it's time to get a guy that is willing to do it, that did it on national primetime TV and did it to him. So now it's like, to me, like a backstab to Dan Marino. He lost a lot of credibility with me.
I don't think it's a backstab, yo. I think that's the right move by Ross, because like you said, man, Dan Marino, like, how you gonna support this dude and you know he didn't have you? Like, come on, Dan. Like, you was in it for the money. So yeah,
thank you. Over here trying to sell he was trying to sell razors, Kenna. Yeah, Tua could win us a Super Bowl, but buy these Gillette 5 razors from me. Oh, really? Yeah, oh, really? Mr. Propaganda. You're going to sell it like that?
What he just said came directly from Mike Florio. Yep. And to me, you always want Jimmy Johnson. That was, when I heard that from Mike Florio, I was like, why did the Dolphins always try to beg Jimmy Johnson? And Jimmy had to refer them to Troy. So there you go. And Troy said, why do you have the quarterback in who can't run a 2-minute offense? Why the hell do you have him in? And I agree with Troy Aikman.
But see, don't y'all remember when Ross said in certain players he don't want to see no more? I told y'all it was Tua. Wasn't that back around the time when Troy Aikman said some shit like that?
If you have a problem with Troy Aikman, then you love Tua.
Wait a minute. If that's the case,
Kenna, check this out, because this is weird, right? I'm sorry, Mr. Park. Kenna, think about this. We didn't see Waddle last week versus Tampa. He with a miraculous rib injury. But if you see him after the game, he's jumping up after the win. He looks fully healthy to me. Pay attention to all that. That's why I be looking at body language. This is bigger than what they're selling us on this injury report. Waddle might not play. He really isn't injured. And if you don't believe me, just skip to the end of the Tampa game and look at him jumping around all excited after the win on the sideline. That you can tell he's really not injured. And A-Chain, bro. A-Chain might not, he's not going to play tomorrow. And he's really not injured because he was jumping up and down as well, excited after the win. Well, they're holding these guys out. There's something going on. These are Tua guys.
Well, they don't have anything to play.
They are holding
These
him out
guys
because
might be trade bait, fellas.
That is true, but at the same time, it could be Mike trying to get the best out of Quinn by not having his starters in.
Facts.
No, I think
This is
Pete was right.
This is the last game of the year for
Pete,
us. We're not
You
playing
want to
the
see what he got
playoffs.
the last
So what
statement
other
that
Bingo.
way
Pete
to get
Holy
a
said
good
shit, that is a
evaluation
great
was
on
right.
point,
Quinn?
Kenna. Because
Bingo,
how do you
Keena.
sell him? How do you sell Quinn to an owner if you're really trying to save your job? Kenna, you are spot on. That's a gold take, bro.
That's a whole
Because
fact,
you
Keena.
take out your best players, Waddle and A-Chain, and you say, look at this quarterback work with nobodies. Look at undrafted DOEs. We just got this guy off the practice squad scoring. This is what Mike McDaniel's displaying and pretty much telling with the game on the line and these last few games. You're spot on, because this is
Mike,
how you sell it even
been
more
doing this.
with nobodies, bro.
Mike been doing this though. Mike been doing this the whole time he's been here. He's been giving y'all the answers in y'all face. Y'all just want to blame him for calling stupid plays when he's been giving the answer to y'all in y'all face about these players.
And also too, Pete, to add on to that, we also have Dom Edwards as a running back. He's been signed on the street, and he's also on the active roster.
So, you know, like I've been telling everybody, don't be so quick to give up on Mike, yo. I feel
Right.
Mike know what he's doing. He just got to learn how to lead men. And that's
And
I
a
then
think
skill, and that's a
personally,
skill that's not learned, and that's a skill that is learnable.
mhm.
you gonna say, Mr. Pope?
No, what I was about to say is,
You know I'm sorry, Mr. Pope. You know the only reason why I disagree with you, Kenna, but I'm telling you, you are spot on as well. Mike McDaniel doesn't really need to lead all the men. What Mike McDaniel needs is to lead his quarterback, Quinn Ewers, and let Quinn Ewers do his job as a captain and a franchise quarterback, and he leads his men.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? So that's all Mike McDaniel is missing, is a true franchise quarterback. And if the way I feel right now, I'm hyped up with Quinn. He gets that gold C on his chest next year. He's the captain. I just believe he's think about what Mike McDaniel was saying. Oh, the players corral to him. And this was during preseason. I brought this up to y'all. I said, did y'all hear what Mike McDaniel just said? The locker room corralled and rallied to Quinn Ewers. I promise you could go back and hear me say it during the offseason.
I believe that.
And I said that's big because players gravitate to who is the better player that they see or the one that's really making plays. Like, you're going to hang out with the real star pretty much. You don't want to hang out with the knockoff. So Tua was considered like the knockoff, but they're there in the locker room all over Quinn Ewers because he was really the one making big plays in those closed out practices. And that was big. I said it in preseason.
A few days ago, did I hear that along with Troy Aikman, did we get a quarterback?
Yeah, we got Cam Miller.
And who is he from? Where is he from?
No arm neither.
He's from I'll look it up. Y'all go ahead and talk. I'll look it up real quick.
He ain't got no arm neither. He said, but he can be a leader, and he do know how to play within the structured offense. But he ain't got no arm. Quinn Ewers' arm bigger than his.
I don't know.
Who you talking about?
I'm letting you know. Cam Miller said it himself. Cam Miller said, and I quote you, he said, I don't have the biggest arm, but I can lead men and I can play within the structured offense. He is no good. Get him off the squad.
Oh, no, I'm not saying, listen, just because they brought him and put him on the active roster doesn't, I'm going to say it again so everybody can listen to understand. I'm not saying that Cam Miller is the guy because I have no idea who Cam Miller really is. And why we have him.
You want me to tell you? Yeah, you want me to tell you something, Mr. Paul?
We went and got him off somebody else's practice squad. That's all I can tell you.
Mr. Puck, you want me to tell you something real quick? With Tua when he was our starting quarterback, I would have did what you said you did earlier. I would have searched up Cam Miller. I would have looked up his prototype. I would have seen him a little bit. But I'm going to be real with y'all. I didn't even search him up. It don't even make and this has nothing against him. It's all more because of what Quinn Ewers is about to become in Miami, and y'all just gonna be waiting and seeing right now.
All right, I got a question for the panel. I got a question for the panel. After Mr. Paul, go ahead. I'll get my question.
No, let me say this real quick. I'm gonna say it again. With Quinn Ewers, to me, he should be he's definitely our starting quarterback next year. Unless we do something dramatic, he's our starting quarterback. But I'm gonna say it again. We still gotta go. We still need to go and get a low cost veteran quarterback and what have you. And I don't know what they're gonna do. This Cam Miller might just be a body camp. I don't know. But we still.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Instead of that low bridge quarterback, I would prefer to go get like a low cost. Yeah, like that low cost quarterback that's gonna be a bridge, like you said, a veteran, a low cost veteran. I would prefer to get a low cost veteran wide receiver for Quinn Ewers. But go ahead, Cat in the Hat.
All right. So the question is for each of you on the panel. You all have your applications filled out to be the general manager, and you're all getting here. You've made it through all of the interviewing process, each of you, and you're going to get the job. What are your stipulations? Like, what does it look like for you? Are you keeping the head coach? Are you keeping the quarterback? Like, what does it look like for you?
Can I go first on that?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
If it was me and what have you, if there's a head coach out there that I would like to bring in, along with and what have you, I would go ahead and pull the trigger on that. That would be one of my things. Also, too, I will look at defensive coordinator. I have to look at that as well. Cause more than likely, I'm going to bring in people that I'm already familiar with to run to run the team the way I would like to run it, and what have you. So that means that you may be looking at it, changes of players, coaches, and what have you, depending on of my resources.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Yeah, I would probably look for
What was
new
the
coach.
question again, Cat? I'll answer it.
If I was a GM, I would be looking for a new coach. And
what was the question again?
He wants to know, if you were a GM, what would you do right now?
Like, if you filled out your application, Pete. Oh, we lost him.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost Pete?
All right, go ahead, John.
I would agree with, I would look for a new coach.
I'm sorry, I had communications issues. I couldn't hear the question.
Just a
But go ahead,
new
John.
system. A coach that knows how to run a team, that's good enough to know. Mike McDaniel was never a head coach before. You need someone that knows, that's been there before, and the job. That's quality. That's more qualified. I don't know who that is. Okay, but
somebody got some echo in the background.
Yeah, no.
So Pete, the question was, you filled out your application to be the general manager, the next general manager of the Miami Dolphins. You made it through all the proper interview, all the proper interviews, and now you're sitting at the final one, and like you and Ross and Aikman and all them guys are sitting there, and they're trying to figure out what exactly you want to change. What would you change to accept this job at being general manager?
I'm getting a defensive coordinator. I'm changing some of that on the offensive coordinator thing, like that Frank Smith. And I'm getting a general manager that's going to be on par.
You're the general manager. You're the GM.
I'm the GM, so I'm on par, and I'm so teamed up with what Mike McDaniel has brought up that I'm willing to listen to Mike and build with Mike's mind. So me and Mike McDaniel will be one. You see, like we're gonna not have no issues. Mike, what do you want? I want to build this. I need this. I need that. Okay, we're gonna get you that, Mike, because I do believe Mike McDaniel is gonna be a long-term head coach for us for a long time.
Okay.
Am I up next?
Who wants to go next?
My first
Go
move.
ahead, Kelly.
My first move would be I'm gonna go holler at Flo and see if we can drop this lawsuit. And if we can get this lawsuit dropped, I'm gonna move forward and bring him back becoming the head coach, and I'm gonna move Mike McDaniel to the offensive coordinator. So it might, I'm gonna do that because, I mean, with Mike McDaniel being a first coach, it's gonna take a while for him to really learn how to become a leader of men. You know what I'm saying? So that means we're gonna come up short with Mike McDaniel a lot. Like I'm telling you that now. Like I ain't against Mike McDaniel now, but this is what's gonna happen with a first time coach. So, like I said, I'm gonna go get Flo. We gonna stay aboard with everything. I'm just gonna go get Flo, and we gonna get this defense right, and that's how we gonna rock. Steel sharpens steel. You know what I mean? I believe in Daniel
that would be a good way to do it.
Oh, come on now, Joe. I interrupt you, bro. But I would go get. Like I said, I believe in Mike McDaniel that much to the point to where I'm gonna go get a prolific person like Brian Flores, who has already won a Super Bowl, to push Mike McDaniel even more. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be my move.
Am I next?
Can I say something real quick? Hey,
go ahead, Miss Bro.
CBA3, come on up, man. The link is there. Come on up, CBA3.
I haven't heard him in a while.
All right, am I next?
Yeah, or anybody, I don't care.
All right, so you know what I mean. So if I'm the GM, you know what I'm saying, I'm coming down to reality. Like I'm getting to the point of I know that I have two high end quarterbacks in my division.
I do hear an echo.
Yeah, I know. That's me or
okay, go ahead. Start all over, Gunner. Thank you for that.
Yeah, is that me or no? All right.
You're good. You're good.
All right, so yeah, you know what I'm saying. So basically, if I'm going back to reality. Like you know what I'm saying. Like I'm gonna give Quinn Ewers a shot. You know what I'm saying. Like because of what he done against Tampa Bay couldn't be ignored. I'm staying pat. Not with the defensive coordinator. If I can't bring in Vance Joseph or a defensive mind like that, that would be my thing. I would give Anthony another shot just because of what he also did against Baker Mayfield. That can't be look or nor past two. Also, you can't give Quinn Ewers all the shine. You have to look at what Baker Mayfield did and also what Coach defensive coordinator did on the late end of bringing in two free agent cornerbacks and making them relevant because no matter what, they're going to get a home next year because of him. You can't say that no matter what. Our back end could have been better, but look what was handed to him. So at the end of the day, but I still would bring in a defensive coordinator. But if I couldn't bring in Vance Joseph, I'll keep him. Mike McDaniel's definitely standing as the head coach. I believe in him because of what he done this year, what he done with Tua, getting his resume of 11 win in 6 season, and winning that year when we were smoking, high in his game, his flaws. He has been done what he did. I can't hold him fault because I will look at it and be like, well, damn, he didn't come in with the quarterback. He was here to fix the quarterback. So none of this is clearly his fault. I will ask him, how does he really feel about Quinn Ewers defending, battling it out with a Josh Allen 2 times a year and a Drake May 2 times a year. Vrabel, a head coach. I'm not scared of Sean McDermott. I'm showing he's not scared that Vrabel is a coach to put antennas up to think about. So I would think he would lean towards bringing in a veteran. That's why I would go to Cat Point. But I would bring in Shador. I think Shador would be Quinn Ewers out. But basically, I stay pat. And I think basically what I'm saying, I think Mike McDaniels deserve a chance with a quarterback that's like a good quarterback. And yes, I believe Shador Sanders is better than Quinn Ewers. Yes.
I'm a be honest with you, Gunner. I already seen enough. and I'm gonna be
All right,
real with you, my guy.
hold on, Pete. Hold on,
Quinn
Pete.
Ewers is light years better than Shadir Gunner, and I'm not making it up.
That's crazy.
But
All
he's
right, before we
light
have that
years
battle, though,
better
hold
than
on.
Shadir Gunner.
Before we have that battle, though,
Totally
Liz, you've
disagree.
just been hired as the first female GM in the NFL. You're the GM of the Dolphins. What would you do?
Hey, can I say something real quick before we go?
Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Let's really keep this in mind. The only one that we're really gonna have to be facing in this division is kind of Drake May, because Josh Allen about to be on his way out.
Nah,
Okay.
they love him too much in that city, though, man.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm saying it for how long he's been playing.
I think Sean's gone. Sean's gone.
The
Not
way-
not my fault. Not to cut some knowledge off. My
But
fault, Kenny.
the way Josh Allen played, man, like it's inevitably that come on, it's too tight end set a lot. But go ahead, Liz.
And
No,
you
I
know
get it.
what?
I get
I'm
it. I
not
get
gonna.
it.
I'm
bro. I
not.
get it.
It's not more to me because I agree with Kenna. But the reason why I agree with Kenna is because of coaching, not the player itself. We've seen year after year Josh Allen be in MVP conversation. He's the best quarterback in the league. Sean McDermott. They blamed for Leslie Frazier, the defensive coordinator, another year. They blamed this guy. Like the man just can't get it done when it comes to winning the big games. And he's getting older, and he still has bad Sean McDermott as coach. Mike McDaniel's a
Go
better
ahead.
coach, guys. That's
Go ahead,
just what
Liz.
it comes down to. So the Patriots, they do have Mike Vrabel. Got to respect that. And Drake May is young, and he's looking respectable. You got to respect that right now because it starts with coaching.
I want to hear the only GM lady in the house.
well, first off, I tell Tua to hit the road.
I knew Liz was gonna say that.
We knew that was coming.
Hit the road, Jack.
He's like, is Tua,
Secondly,
Mr.
I
Ross,
would.
is Tua going to be on the team?
Oh hell no!
Yes. Oh, I'm not taking the job.
Yeah, if Tua's on the team, I'm not taking the job. That's one of the stipulations. The other one is I would want to sit down with Michael McDaniel and have like a deep conversation about how he could be a bit different, you know what I mean? And do different things that, and I would bring up like the coaches, like Shula and, not just Shula, but I mean, I would take like bits and pieces from each of the coaches and say, hey, look, this is what this coach did. This is what this coach did. Maybe if we combine the strategy, maybe if we combine them, we'll have a really good, decent team.
Like the coaches in the past you're talking about? Okay.
That'll finish, please.
Another thing is, I would make sure that we had a veteran and another rookie quarterback. I still want Ewers, but I don't trust Zach Wilson in the second spot. We need somebody else that has proven that he can do it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So you want to draft
argue with Liz? She got really good. Good stuff, Liz. Happy New Year's.
Sounds
that
good.
was a good point. Yeah.
Sounds like you'd be a great GM, Liz.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Me personally, like I would want to change out at coach. I would want to lean towards finding a defensive-minded coach. Just for the simple fact that if no, that's backwards. I got my thought backwards. We need an offensive minded coach at head coach. So if you look at the Kansas City Chiefs, Andy Reid has an offensive minded, right? So Mike McDaniel's an offensive minded guy. So if you're looking at the Kansas City Chiefs, Andy Reid is an offensive-minded coach. They've had Steve Spagnuolo over there for the last, 4 or 5 years coaching the defense. So what does that tell you? That tells you consistency in your head coaching. All right. So now if you look at some other teams around the league that do good in spurts. So let's take the Eagles, for example, right? We have Nick Sirianni, who's more of a defensive-minded coach, right? So he has an offensive coordinator is his main guy that runs the offense. And when you are a defensive-minded coach and you rely on a guy to run your offense and those guys get poached every other year, it really throws wrenches at your team because your offense is off. You can look at the Detroit Lions. You can look at how the Philadelphia Eagles went from being good one year. Their offensive coordinators get poached and are now head coaches elsewhere. And you look at the teams that they went to. So it is key that we have an offensive-minded coach. With that being said, I would personally give Mike McDaniel one more year with Quinn Ewers. That would be, and I would sit down with Mike McDaniel and I would tell him, like, if you don't get us a playoff win this year, you are done. And that is your goal. And like, I would have that conversation with him in the beginning of the season, and that would be the goal. I'd be like, I don't care how you get it done. You get it done or you're gone in 2027.
Yeah. Let's say, you mean if he doesn't get like more wins than what he got this year?
No,
he's
it
done.
would be a play. It would be a playoff win or out. Like you're like you've been a head coach for this team for 5 years. You should be at a level to where you could build a team that could at least get you into the playoffs and get a win.
Yeah,
right.
I can see that.
Agree.
I could see us honestly winning the division or being a wild card team next year under Mike McDaniel and Quinn Ewers. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't even think next year, based on how bad this regime, Chris Greer, ruined our cap, I don't think those are the expectations anymore with Ross and McDaniel. It's all about finding the next franchise quarterback. And if Quinn Ewers hits and we go, let's say 7-10 next season, we are still under that bad salary cap, limited to build around our new quarterback. So Mike McDaniel is probably safe for the next 2 seasons, guaranteed, until we get off this cap crap that we're dealing with.
But that was also the point of my question, Pete, because three out of 7 of us said that we would replace Mike McDaniel. So I'm just saying, like, his job may not be safe, and the next GM that comes in here could be the 3 out of that 7.
I get it. There's the popular the farm clicking, the clickbaiting right now. It's to easy say McDaniel's gonna get fired, and Dolphin fans in their feelings, it's more of an emotion right now. But you got to take out your emotions out of what you've seen and understand that what we've seen has been because of Tua. Mike McDaniel has been looking that way because of Tua.
That's
now.
fair.
Now you have to be open-minded and see how the team has responded without Tua. They look happier. They look more in tune.
Let me say this, Pete. Here's the thing, because I've seen this in the past where you bring in the new GM, and that GM, regardless of that GM, brings in the people that he is familiar with, resources that he's familiar with. Even though I understand what you're saying about McDaniels, but if a GM wants to bring in his resources, he's going to sit down with Ross and say, listen, okay, well, I know you're on board with Coach McDaniels and what have you, but if you want me to come in, I'm bringing in my resources. That means McDaniels may have to go, Weaver may have to go, and what have you. And I'm just saying I've seen that in the past.
I know what you're saying. It's understandable, Mr. Paul. It really
with
is.
Hold up.
Troy Aikman coming in.
John, you cut me off. Hold up.
Okay.
I'm not putting down McDaniels. I want you to understand that. I'm not putting down McDaniels. I'm just saying this is almost like a norm that I've seen in the past.
Yeah, absolutely.
Since I've been watching football, so it's no kick on McDaniels. I'm just saying, in some cases, a GM's going to come in. He's going to want to clear out everything and bring in his own resources. That's just how it is.
Absolutely, that's a possibility, but not here in Miami with Mike McDaniel. I'll tell you that much right now. Because if you're not paying attention, it looks like Troy Aikman probably likes Mike McDaniel. What's to say
I'm
Troy
not
Aikman
talking about Troy
understands
Aikman.
football?
But
I understand,
Go
but what
ahead.
is
Go
to
ahead.
say what we're hearing? The reports are that Mike McDaniel will have a voice in that room when it comes to selecting the next general manager. So
and it
if
go
Mike
back to and
McDaniel comes
right.
out and says that's who I collaborate with, this is who I will work well with, that's who they're going to hire. That's how much power I'm telling you guys Mike McDaniel has earned himself because of the rapport he built with himself across the league
Hold on.
on how he was able to turn a mid quarterback into something. That is
Yeah,
not
cat.
easy. To you, Gunner, before you go, because I want
No,
you to
no,
go
go
up
ahead.
next. I
Go ahead,
respect
bro.
that. You want Flores here, right?
No, I
Flores
didn't say
couldn't
it.
even
Kenneth said that.
Flores.
Kenneth
Oh,
said that.
Kenna, shout out to
Yeah.
Kenna. Kenna, you said that, and I agree. I like Flores, right? But Flores couldn't even get Tua to work out the way McDaniel worked Tua out.
That's a
So
fact. That is a
gotta
fact.
give credit to where it's due, bro.
Right. That's why I
Yeah,
said I would move Mike McDaniel to offensive coordinator. I'm still keeping Mike. I'm just demoting him. You know what I'm saying? Because we at this point we need a leader of men. And Flo is that leader of men.
facts.
Hey,
But
how
yeah,
about
yeah.
a hybrid?
Go ahead, Liz. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so this is what I would do. I would talk to McDaniel, like Cat and Hat said, and fix some things. If he didn't work out, then I would move him to the defensive coach.
Offensive
Offensive
coordinator.
coordinator.
Yeah,
Offensive.
offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, this was my point. See, like Pete, like my what I was trying to say, like the piggyback on Pete saying Mr. Pope. Like the reason why I'm leaning more towards Pete point is just because, like, yeah, the GM might not have the owner, but this why I fall back to like when everybody clowned Jerry Jones for being the GM. Like, no matter what, every owner is the GM too. Mike McDaniels and Stephen Ross got a relationship. Yeah, the GM and Mike McDaniels won't have a relationship, but Mike McDaniels and Stephen Ross got a relationship, or a strong relationship. I think if he would have been fired, he would have been fired over. You know what I mean? I think the standstill point was Greer or Mike McDaniel's when Greer got fired, and then he went with Greer, and he chose. I think he's telling us he's chosen Mike McDaniel's. And to Pete's point, he's looks what he's done with a limited quarterback. He got it in the playoffs, and he was there to fix the quarterback, and he did. He can say his time he did. He's done all he can do for Tua. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I would lean more towards Pete point of keeping Mike McDaniel. Now, y'all not wrong. Now, also too, Stephen Ross can flip it and give the GM the green light to just do everything, and he could just say the hell with all this. I'm cleaning the house. But I think he deserved a chance to at least show what he can do with a quarterback. And to Pete point, I know somebody else got to go. Like I know you said, and I'm not glazing my boy. I know everybody think I glaze this door, but it's just the truth. I just think this point to the point where we agree on our coach. That's why I don't believe Quinn Ewers could beat out a Josh Allen or Drake May. Now, if they get traded right now, who has a better season, or Shador on Miami or Quinn Ewers with Kevin Stefanski?
No,
Because
but
you
his,
said
his
because Pete said that Quinn Ewers is light years ahead of Shador, and I just think the coach he has a better coach. That's all.
the only thing about Shador's gone is how would we be able to get him over here, because you can't. I mean, you're gonna have to make some kind of what deal or trade or something like that to
Oh
try
yeah,
to
yeah,
bring him
yeah.
over here. And we don't really. I mean, here's the thing. I wouldn't mind Shador coming over here, but the thing is, how much will it cost us, and do we have the resources to do it?
I think
That's
we could get
dead,
him for we
Mister
could get him for a
Pop.
fourth.
That's
We,
dead. It's Quinn Ewers era.
No,
I
no.
nah,
Listen, Pete.
Just
I'm not. Listen. Okay, well, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, Mr. Pope. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, listen. I'm saying like this. I mean, right now, I would still bring in Shador because it'll be a
Facts.
quarterback competition
yeah.
between Quinn Ewers and Shador Sanders. I would, but right now, what I'm saying is that right now it doesn't look that way because I don't think we have the resources to bring in Shador Sanders and what have
But
you. So he's gonna be like say like you got Marcus Mariota out there. You got maybe some other quarterback out there. They may go with that quarterback because he might be for starter, he's a veteran. If we're gonna
Yeah,
bring in a veteran quarterback at a low cost, and then you got Quinn Ewers starting, and then you may what you may go and draft a quarterback in the late rounds or something like that, and there you go. But it just up everything's kind of up in the air right now.
yeah, I agree with you with I agree totally with you saying, like, and that's what was my point. Like, I would bring him in, and then Pete, I'm not saying Shador, like, no, Quinn Ewers, like I said, I told you that last week win against Tampa, that's not a win to be looked over. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Tampa wanted that game. Like, Tampa wanted that game. They did not want to lose that game. Like Baker Mayfield, he can say no matter what, they cannot say they, especially to a rookie quarterback. No way they wanted to lose that game. Todd Bowles' job is on the line because of losing that game. So that's not to be looked over because Quinn Ewers got possibly getting people fired. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So I give him that chance, but I'm just looking at the overall quarterback. Like, could he compete in our division? And I'm not like that's important. You know what I'm saying? And getting in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he's better than even a Drake May. And even though he's first year, even though he needed what's the name, but like Drake May, like with a good coach, and I'm just thinking he reaches potential with our good coach and Mike McDaniels. And this hasn't, and like it needs to be. It's not even a sample size yet. So, like that's why I said next year we'll have to know more. And I am paying attention to it more. Go ahead, whoever want to.
And Gunner, we'll see what Drake May is because right now, remember, he's also working with offensive coordinator Josh McDaniel. What if Josh McDaniel gets a head coaching gig with Arizona next year?
Nah. I think he's done though, Pete. He should never get a head coaching job in this league again.
I mean, with his track record, how he keeps as an offensive coordinator, he's going to continue. He's a hot topic this offseason to be a head coach.
Yeah, but that narrative, to me, he's a I get what you're saying though. Like to me, he's a proven proven era of knowing, like, just because you're a good coordinator, that don't mean you're going to be a leader of men. That's why Kenan do got a good point of bringing back B Flow. But even though I know that's a long shot, but I'm just saying, like, my point is, like, to that point is like, I don't think like he has a shot. He had a chance. He had the Raiders. He had a chance to prove to do something. You know what I'm saying? As being a leader of men, I think he's just an awesome coordinator. Same thing, but I think same thing. A lot of people think about Mike McDaniels. Yeah, you could say he's not a leader of men, but to Pete, I mean, your point, Pete. Look what he has been proven in Miami with the limited stuff. Yeah, you want him to be a little more louder, a little more disciplined. Yeah, who we are. But at the end of the day, he has produced something in the city, and that can't be ignored. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I know. That's why he deserved to come back. And Quinn Ewers do deserve to get first rep. Even if we get a Shador, I'm not saying that, but I think Shador would beat him out. Kevin Stefanski is a terrible wasn't it? And the reason why I'm saying Shador might be a shot, or Arizona, he might go to Arizona. But I'm just saying, like, because they already made it clear that Deshaun Watson is coming back. Word is they got scouts. They had scouts at the Oregon game last, and I didn't even know Dante Moore was from Cleveland. So it looks like they're trying to get him or Mendoza. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't want Shador. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I didn't even know that. They said Dante Moore was born in Cleveland, or his mom or something. So they're already plotting on trying to get him. So, like, you know what I mean? That's where I think they're gonna go. They're gonna draft a quarterback. So he's gonna be available.
You know what? If the Browns fire Stefanski, I'm not gonna lie, they might hire Shador. They might hire their dad as coach, Prime. Stefanski might be available. We could fire our offensive coordinator, Frank Smith. Like, what the hell do we got going on? That, to me, that whole little offensive coordinator room that we built under this tour regime needs to go. It is over with. That needs to change. So I wouldn't mind bringing a Stefanski here as offensive coordinator if he doesn't get a head coaching gig elsewhere. You know, and just let's run this because he's still West Coast.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just don't think he's a people coach. I don't think people like him like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? He got like an asshole attitude.
Yeah, like he said he like the type of that like, I mean, like what he doing with Shador, yo. Like, we ain't even gonna bring race into this. You know, we just gonna keep it straight on football. And how you gonna deny the better talent the playing field? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Even though Quinn Ewers, like you got a point, Quinn Ewers and Shador, they both didn't get first team reps. They both didn't. But where the separation is Stefanski versus Mike McDaniels. And I'm taking Mike McDaniels over that all day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I believe in him. I mean, last game I watched the whole game. I'm like, damn, Mike McDaniels to me, he's a quarterback whisperer. He's to me, he's a quarterback whisperer. I don't care what nobody
That's
say.
what it
If
feels
you
like.
want,
Yeah,
Exactly.
let
They
bro.
want to
me.
call him a little run game coordinator,
Yeah,
but
man.
his
He
play
makes it happen,
design
bro.
is
Yeah,
to
man.
make a quarterback be a star in this league.
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
See,
As
I
in,
don't. I
but
don't
see, that,
necessarily know if this is what Cleveland was doing with what they did this year, but if it was, it honestly could have been very smart in their part. Because if you look at it, like they had what 3 rookie quarterbacks to try, right? And they still had Deshaun Watson in the background waiting for 2026, basically. Like they used all 3 quarterbacks kind of equally. One of them started the year, another one did like the middle part of the year, and then another one finished out the year, right? So you're kind of testing all 3 of them out, and also at the same time you're advertising all 3 of them because you're
that
not going to need all 3 of
Yes.
them
I
for
said
next
that. I
year.
said that,
So
Pete. I said that. Pete, yo, I said
so
that.
That's
yeah, like what they done could have honestly been a smart thing, and it may not have been necessarily a knock on any one of those guys in particular. It could have just been their business plan all along. And
Correct.
Shador was going to get his time. It just they were saving the best for last. You know, that's usually what you do.
Yeah.
So that's
They
that's
gonna
that's my take on it.
now.
I said they gonna
I
get his
I
check. I
never
said
I
that.
but
never
Go
that,
did
ahead,
see
Don. Go ahead.
Shador play. How did he look?
I
look,
mean,
but
I
I
mean,
that,
didn't.
but see, that brings up a question though. That brings a question though. What would a team have to do to get Shadur Sanders to their team?
they gonna want a third. They gonna want a third. Like I said, they gonna want to. They gonna. I said that before when I first got on y'all platform. I
Is
swear to
that
God, you
all?
can
A
go back
third?
play it. I said they gonna go. They gonna get a third for a 5th-round pick, which is smart. I said when you think about it, Cleveland is kind of smart dummies. Like you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, they knew they wasn't gonna get Shador. I told y'all they used Shador for promotion money and to get the money back that they got from Deshaun Watson, which was smart. I mean, even though I hate that they used Shador, but I told you they did. They was in the hole. They needed money back. Selling jerseys, Shador number. You can't tell me they didn't profit off of that. They got their money back from the Deshaun Watson contract. That's why they okay with him playing back because they like, well, he's not gonna be here next year
Shout
anyways.
out,
We got our money back, so you know what I'm
I
saying.
know what
hey,
good
Well,
deal.
hey,
not just
John.
But the
Shout
Shador
out
trade,
to
either, Shaw. Like they
trade
had
in that
CB83 in the
sense.
three
chat. Hold
three
on, we got
quarterbacks that they
CB83 in
sold
the chat.
jerseys
Shout
for.
out,
Wait, who else they
Trade
paying?
trade 2
yeah,
interceptions for
Gabriel,
6.
and who was the other guy?
quarterback whisperer. So he said quarterback whisperer. How? He couldn't get a quarterback to sit Tua down after he was hurt. We never got decent quarterback play outside of this Ewers run. Address this, Pete.
What are you
Hey,
talking about?
I can answer that
Go ahead,
because
Tua.
Tua
Y'all handle that.
refused to go out. He's hard headed. He didn't want to go out.
I mean, not even that. I just think it's on our owner. First of all, the comment should be more towards Stephen Ross. Like, as you can clearly see, when the coach got the power to bench him, he did. That's why he benched now. When the shot that he threw, like you can go back on playbook when we all came and when he said, "Yeah, man, you can't win when you get throwing turnovers on the game." That was a clear shot to Tua. He's been done with Tua, so you can't blame him. So obviously you could.
You might have to repeat that part because he was probably sitting all the way in back of the bus where you just said the coach didn't have the power to bench Tua. That's the
Correct.
difference.
Correct. That's obvious because he once he did it, he was so happy to do it. He went on the press conference and then did it. Like he didn't care. He knew he was gonna see it. He knew the world was gonna see it. That was the whole point of doing the press conference because it was getting out to millions of people. And he said, I'm going with Quinn Ewers. And not only he went with Quinn Ewers, Tua is the highest paid third string in the NFL.
That man is the highest paid emergency quarterback, not dressing up.
That is
History of
terrible.
the NFL because
That is terrible.
Kirk Cousins was the backup. Tua is the emergency. I don't think that will ever be broken. That record will last forever.
That's
The
Mike McDaniel
emergency
saying, I'm
third.
done. That's Mike
Holy
McDaniel
smokes!
saying, I'm done,
Exactly.
bro. I'm
He's
done with
writing
this
them
shit.
off.
I'm done.
He's
He can't
written
even
them
back.
off.
If Quinn Ewers get hurt, I'm good. He can't even come back in. That's what they're saying.
And I'm gonna say it again, and I'm not blowing up Cam Miller, But if we bring in Cam Miller and you putting them on the active roster, that means somebody's out.
Yeah, I agree with that, Mr. Pope. I agree with that.
Somebody's out.
I
So
agree
it's
with that.
between Zach Wilson and Tua, somebody's out.
Yep.
Mhm.
Quinn Ewers stand. I mean, I agree with that.
I didn't say Quinn.
No, I know that. No, I know.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm with you, Mr. Pope. I'm with you. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But I agree. When you first said that, I said, oh yeah, he on the active roster. That's a clear shot to somebody because we're not keeping 4 quarterbacks like we didn't all year. So you know what I'm saying? That's a clear shot that somebody got to get their bags and they time and vacation in the sunshine in Miami is like about to get me up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what's about to happen. I think we're going to take that cap hit. I think we have to, because at the end of the day, this is how I think we're looking at it. I think we're looking at it like, yes, we're going to try to be competitive next year, but we're going to try our best because we deserve to. Our fans deserve it, and Mike McDaniels deserve it. I don't think Mike McDaniels will ever tank. I don't think he has that pride, because even the 3 games we was winning, I think people doubted that 3-game win streak, and that goes to show that coach with pride and showing that he wants to play for his name. So I respect that. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I think we're going to be competitive next year, but that's why I go back to Cat point. I don't think we bring a Marcus Mariota on if we're going to get Shador. We should definitely go after Malik Willis. You know what I'm saying? Because Marcus Mariota, he had his time in the NFL. Like, I mean, I believe he would give us. I think he would bridge us, but I think a Malik Willis give us a definite shot to complete if we go that route, or even a Mac Jones, even, you know what I mean, anybody but damn Tua.
See, the thing with Malik Willis or a Mac Jones is like they're still fringe young enough to where if they work out, we could like build off of them for a few years and extend them, kind of like what the Colts found with Daniel Jones before he got injured. So like
that's what I'm looking. That's what I'm going for, Cat. That's what I'm looking for. I don't even think we got to even go to 2027 draft. I believe it, but that's what I'm saying, Cat. I don't think, Cat, you don't believe in Colts like that, but I'm telling you, like, I just believe, like, I believe he can definitely. I believe even a Mac Jones on this team, I have him looking like when he was like even close to when he got drafted by the Patriots. Like, they'll be talking to him on that next level because Coach is a quarterback whisperer. I don't care what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? I get that.
Well, I mean, Mac Jones would be Mac Jones, in my opinion, would be the perfect fit, anyways, because he went to San Francisco this year and he did well in Brock Purdy's absence, and like that's literally kind of what he'd be running over here in Miami, anyways. So it's like he's already got a track record of proving he can work well enough.
And Cat, also too, Cat, no number 1 wide receivers. Cat, go ahead, Mr. Pope. Too, you got to put that in. Matt Jones beast with no number 1 wide receivers. That's
and we ain't got none, and we ain't gonna have none next year either.
And with Greer gone, that means that the book can be open for McDaniels to go ahead and wherever quarterbacks we already got one with Eagles. Wherever the other 2 quarterbacks you bring to this team, whether it be a vet or drafty. Let Matt McDaniels put in the time with each one of those quarterbacks. That's what I want to see from Matt McDaniels. Okay, you got Quinn Ewers here. Okay, you're working with him. Whatever other quarterbacks bring to the team, McDaniels, put your fingerprints on them as well, so that just in case we go down, you got another quarterback that could probably come in, and hold out or play well until we get, until you can work things out.
See, that's what I'm excited to see, Mr. Pope. Mike McDaniel having the full range of this whole team. You know what I'm saying? Like the last couple off season, it was just all focused on Tua. You know what I'm saying? Now all focused on the whole team. Like that's what I'm excited to see about Mike McDaniel
right. Because
you guys think it's possible that this whole Troy Aikman hire is like, because you see what they keep saying all through the media and all the reports that are coming out. It's more like it's because Troy Aikman knows a lot of people. He's tied to a lot of people. Could this be a sign of us trading with the Raiders with that number 1 pick to get the Fernando Mendoza?
We don't have enough.
It's like.
No, Pete, we don't have no. Like the thing like that. It's just we just like we behind the Jets. We behind Cleveland. Like the Jets.
We can't compete. for that
And
first
their
round pick.
deals is just better. Their deals is just
Yeah.
better. Like, you know, that's
It's better not even doing that. Yeah.
and
And
that's what they
Especially,
want.
especially
They want.
considering the Raiders need that.
Yeah, but
Like they
let's
could
don't have
use
a
Fernando
Waddle or an
themselves.
A-Chain and a
no,
Tua.
no, but I think he's too far out of reach. I mean, I wouldn't mind him. I'm not gonna lie, but I think he's way too far out of reach right now. There's too many teams in need of a quarterback that are
In
Yeah.
a
ahead
better
of us.
position than us.
Yeah,
Let's kill
Yeah.
it right here. Let's
yeah.
kill it right here. How many first round picks the Jets got?
3
They
for
got
They
2
got
three.
years.
4.
Kill
They got 4.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they got
100.
four.
kill
Yeah,
it right
Shoot, and they got 4,
yeah.
man.
Yeah,
In the next 2 years, they
Fernando
got
going.
4 first-round picks.
and don't y'all sleeping on another team. The Rams got 2.
The Rams got 2 this year. Yep.
Yep. The Rams are gonna that they can you never you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, they technically need a quarterback too. Matthew
yeah.
Stafford got what, a year or 2 in him. He can be a great
I'm watching them. They gonna do
veteran
something sneaky. I
quarterback.
feel it.
Teach
I feel
teach
it.
teach a young rookie quarterback coming in. They can get themselves on the Green Bay Packer method.
Yep.
Okay, well, I'm gonna throw something crazy out there. What about the Bengals? With Joe Burrow being starting to be a little more injury prone?
They gonna want too many picks though, man.
No,
I'm
they
just
probably gonna wait. They probably gonna go offensive line to try and appease Joe Burrow, and then they'll
okay.
probably wait till next year. See how next year turns out, and they might go for a draft or a QB in 2027, like we should be.
Yeah,
But
I
Arizona,
think Joe Burrow went
Arizona
out though.
definitely need a quarterback. Arizona Cardinals, they
Yeah.
definitely need a quarterback.
Yeah, they're out. They're out on Kyler Murray, but I think there's talks that they want to extend Brissett. So you'll probably just see Brissett get extended. They might take a late round flyer on a quarterback, but like they're probably not going to try and go heavy for one.
Yeah, well, look, I'm about to get up out of here, fellas. I'm about to watch this Panthers and Bucks game. You know, Pete, if you back on, if you can hop back
Oh,
on.
that's right. Is there a game on
Hey,
today?
what channel
Enjoy
is
the
it
rest of
on?
your evening.
I think
Appreciate you,
4:30
my
and
guy.
8:30.
All
All
right.
right.
Hey,
Hey,
what
Pete.
channel is it on, Kenna?
What
Oh,
up,
he
Liz?
dipped.
I
Well,
was just gonna say, how do you
What
all
up,
feel
Liz?
about sending? How do you all feel about sending Tua and Waddle to the Raiders?
I don't think nobody want to. I hate to say that, Liz.
Well, I know, but I mean, if we could pawn them off on anybody, I would want them to go to the Raiders.
uh,
For
No,
what? First round pick?
you're not gonna
No,
get
I
them.
wouldn't say first round. Any pick actually would work for Waddle and Tua.
she
Well,
just
Get
wants to
maybe
No,
a
dump.
third
I
and
mean,
fourth
like,
She just wants
round.
to dump them.
I understand what Liz is going, but see, the only value with those two combination is really Waddle because Tua value is very low. You're not gonna really get nothing, pretty much nothing for him. But Waddle,
Well,
yeah, you can have some value.
if you pack
I,
them together, though, you might get at least a second or third round.
I don't know about that.
Well,
I don't know about that. I mean,
to
I
the
understand what you're saying, Liz.
that,
Or the
I
Jets.
I
You got to
was going to
remember,
say,
do the Raiders play in a
we
dome?
had offers right before the trade deadline
oh,
of
that's right.
a
You got
first and a third round offer from the Buffalo Bills for Jalen Waddle. So the Bills offered us a first round pick and a third round pick for Jalen Waddle. He has a high value. We could
No, I'm not saying he
potentially
does.
trade Waddle to the Titans for their 5th overall pick.
No,
You
but
see what
you
I'm
gotta
saying?
understand what Liz is saying. Liz is saying a deal with both Waddle and Tua. That's what she's saying.
A trade package like we were about to pull off for Deshaun Watson, that is still on the table. That could potentially still be on the table this offseason, where it's Tua and Waddle in a package deal to whoever that may be for a first rounder, a player, whatever it is.
For a
That's
first,
not out of the realm.
both of them for a first rounder.
Both of them for a
I can
first
see them
rounder.
for a third rounder. Both of them for
Well,
a third rounder.
and
Not
You'll
not
get
only
both.
that,
You'll get both for a first.
and not
No,
only that is they don't have to keep Tua. They could take the package and then dump them. That would be funny.
Exactly.
that's easier
So
said
the
than done.
Dolphins. No, but that's true. What Liz is saying, she is spot on.
No,
That's
I'm
a
not
way
saying
of
she's
us
wrong. I
saying
said it's
we
easier
never
said than
cut
done.
you and did you wrong.
You went on another team. We traded you. We got a good offer. We traded you. They did you wrong. They cut you. They didn't want you.
Exactly. Pawning them off on somebody else just for them to dump them. That would be funny.
It will be. That'll be. That's the bus
Uh,
ticket right there.
that'd be poetic justice.
Exactly. It'd be more than pure justice. It would be
Yeah,
sweet justice.
yeah. Mm.
Okay, so it's 2 games coming on tonight, everybody. Carolina at Tampa Bay at 4:30 on ABC, ESPN, and then Seattle at San Francisco at 8 o'clock on ABC, ESPN.
I'm watching the Seattle game.
It's the battle of the NFC. That's right. If San
Go Hawks.
if San Francisco wins this game tonight, they will have home field advantage, right? And if they can make it all the way through the playoffs, they will have home field advantage in the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
Let that sink in for a minute.
The
I
Seattle
hope
we
not.
talking
I don't
about?
like the 49ers.
Hmm.
You don't gotta like
Seattle.
them, but they get it done. Like they find ways to win, like ugly games. Like you don't gotta like them. They're just
Yeah.
there.
Seattle was my grandpa Bill's team.
That's going to be a good game. I got Tampa winning. I think Tampa's going to win, but Tampa still might not even make the playoffs, beating the Panthers tonight.
Yeah, they need the Saints to beat
I
the
don't think.
Falcons. If
I don't
Tampa
think
needs
that's
to
what they.
win, and the Saints have to win in order for Tampa to get in. If Carolina wins or ties, they get in. And
Yeah,
if the
so Tampa needs to win,
Falcons win,
and
then
Tampa
Carolina
needs the
gets in.
Saints to beat the Falcons. I don't think the Saints are going to beat the Falcons.
So, okay, is
I
it
don't
an
know about that.
NFC team that's playing first? Because if that's true, then that's either going to be on Fox or
Yeah,
CBS.
it's Tampa and the Panthers first at 4 o'clock.
Okay, it should be on Fox then.
Yeah, that's going to be a good
Okay.
game, but because there's division titles on the line, but Tampa
No,
might win and still not win the division title.
no,
That
listen,
that
both of them,
second game is going to be really good with Seattle and the 49ers.
listen, both of them games are on ABC and ESPN. Both games.
Oh, ABC? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
ABC, ESPN, and with both games.
What streaming
Okay.
platform is ABC?
It all depends where you are. South Florida, it's Channel 10. It all depends where you are.
No, that's tomorrow, bud. The Panthers and the Bucks. My son's trying to find it right now. He'll get it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's trying to find ABC.
He's
I
trying to
got a
find the
feeling
game.
we need to start looking for our next weapon offensively, guys. This offseason talk, I think it's all about wide receiver.
But let me ask you this: is the draft going to be good with wide receivers coming up?
We just need to retool that room.
I'll tell you what, it should be.
I wish we could get elite. But
It should be good for offensive linemen and defense. I'll tell you that. You should be good for the trenches.
That's what's going to happen, John. First round.
I mean,
we're gonna get an offensive lineman in the first round, left tackle.
I mean, there's so many good offensive linemen. I mean, I've seen in the final 8 or whatever, the final sweet 8 or whatever it's called in the football. That, I mean, it's you could pick a it could be 16 people. 16 teams could have a good offensive lineman.
And you know what? It's crazy because before the season even started, who's JC, the Bills fan that swings around sometimes? He was like, "Oh, you guys are going to draft Caden Proctor in the first round next draft." And that's exactly who we might end up drafting. That's wild. He called it out before the season even started, but now it makes even more sense.
I mean, the Hurricanes have good offensive linemen. The Ohio State probably has good offensive. I mean, Indiana could have, and I know they got quarterbacks. I know they have wide receivers. I know offense. I know Ohio State have wide receivers.
Let me
Guaranteed,
say this.
it might not
Let me,
be offensive linemen, but I guarantee we're going trenches in that first pick. We
Yeah,
will go trenches.
and we definitely got
trenches and also the defense too.
on the
Yeah,
defense.
we
Not
Yeah,
need.
that trenches
defense.
means it could be defensive line or offensive line. But that
Yeah,
first round pick
No,
that
on
we
the
have
defense,
is
we
gonna
got
go on the trenches.
we got to get some DBs on the defense.
that's right.
We
Yeah,
got
we
to
need
get some
some.
DBs.
We need some
You know
corners
what,
and some
Mr. Pop?
safeties for
Those
sure.
3 third-round draft picks that we have to hit with all 3. What that means is we need a good receiver in the 3rd round,
Oh,
a
of
good
course.
corner in the 3rd round, and
Hmm.
whatever that other 3rd rounder is. We might need 2
Tight
good
end.
corners and
Tight
1 wide receiver in that
tight
Oh,
end.
You
3rd
know,
round.
I don't know
Hopefully
about tight end.
Eli Stowers falls to the 3rd round and we can snag him. He's a tight
What
end. He's going to
tight
be a
end?
generational guy
you
for
realize
sure.
if we had
Only question I have about that is this:
if we
Waller,
had Cristobal,
hold up,
if we
John,
had
hold up, John. If we get as far as the tight end room goes, I don't know what's going on with Waller, but I like this guy. Oh no, that's right. We do need to get a tight end. Because the only one I see playing good with the tight end room right now is Greg Dulcich. I like him. We need to definitely keep him. I don't know what we have with Julian Hill. You know, he's a good blocker, and I don't know what's
Bro,
going on with Waller.
Pittsburgh is about to erupt like a volcano. We could bring back Jonnu Smith next year
Yeah, but see,
on a
Mr.
cheap
Park,
deal.
Think John Smith gonna
I'm
come
on
in?
the
We
I'm
could
on the
bring him
fence.
back on a cheap deal next year. Jonnu Smith. Why not?
No,
well,
I
we
think
already got the
what
one
Mr.
guy.
Polk is saying about Dulcich is the route that we should take. We should definitely let Waller
Yeah,
go. Sign Dulcich for the next 2 years.
yeah,
There
We'll be
you
able
go.
to get him. We'll be able to get him on a cheap deal, so we can sign him for the next two years. We'll
Hmm.
use him this year. We draft a tight end in the draft this year, and if we're smart, we get a generational guy like a Tyler Warren or a Brock Bowers type of tight end. And I think Eli Stowers is that guy. We
Okay,
bring him
gotcha.
in. We're using Dulcich
because
all next year, and
Hmm.
we're building his value. And then
yeah,
we have Eli Stowers coming out. We know that we can move forward with him. We use Dulcich as trade bait and ship him out, get some more picks for 2027, and move on with our tight end that we drafted in 2026.
yeah,
Okay,
because
well,
Waller gets hurt too easy. I mean, he's good when he's in, but he's not in all the time. I mean, he started the
Bro,
season, then he didn't start the season. Then was in for a couple of games, and he got out, and again, and I mean, he was
Well,
really
I mean,
been playing.
what do you expect from a guy that came out of retirement and he retired because he was getting hit too much and he was getting used as for blocking and shit. And like when he came here, he was getting used for a lot of blocking. Yes, he was getting catches, but he was also doing a lot of blocking. What do you expect? Like
Yeah,
that's
I'm
the whole
telling.
reason he
Shout out to
retired.
Jamie Richard in the chat. He goes,
yeah.
if we can
Well,
get Bayer to play guard, maybe keep Cole Strange. We need 1 or 2 other guards. I think Jonah is a bust, and I don't see him excelling at any time. I keep telling
you
them.
think he a bust?
well,
Jonah
to
is the
to
biggest bust. This man, we drafted this man in the 2nd round, Mr. Paul. He had the
Hey, but
audacity to sit out
to
and
to to
demand
your
a
But
to
Pete, hold on,
guaranteed second
Pete,
round
when
before
pick.
you go,
And this man
before
is
you go,
playing his head, talking
before
about,
you
I'm
go
going to
there,
protect Tua with my life. Well, you ain't protect him good enough, buddy. He got
before you
benched.
go there,
That man is a bust.
I am saying that Waller is too old. Okay, he's
Yeah,
been
Waller's
around
cooked,
for a
bro.
while.
He's out of
That's
here.
just why.
Waller's
That's
cooked.
why
He's out of here.
he retired once. Okay.
Yeah, Waller is cooked. He's out of here. He's done.
but Pete,
Yeah.
don't forget, don't quit on Sabanaya yet. Remember what you're saying about
It's
Mike
over
McDaniel.
with.
Hold on,
Listen, bro, that guy's a
Remember what
bust.
you're saying. Remember what you're saying about how you want to see Mike McDaniel with a different quarterback. You want to see Quinn Ewers in this offense, because it's different now, right? Same thing is going to be with the offensive line. It's going to be slightly different because now they're protecting for a right-handed quarterback, and they can go back to their fluid, natural motions, their muscle memory to protect this quarterback. And
In fact,
he could be a lot better
And
than
if
he
they
is right
do,
now.
if they
So
pick
give
the
him
right
some
That
time.
Could
pieces,
be needs to hurry
if
up and
they
show on Sunday because it's looked bad the last 2 weeks with Quinn.
hey, if they pick the right pieces in the draft, he will be good. No matter who plays, they will be
And to
good,
be quite honest, I don't
except for
think there's
Tua.
no helping that
Okay.
guy. I don't think there's
Well,
no helping that guy. Leo
well, you know what?
Meikenberg is better than Savanea.
Well,
Well,
let me ask y'all this:
I'm just,
Do y'all think we're gonna go back to traditional type offense now that we offer Tua?
Mr. Polk, I think we're going to
Like
run
it's
less
that
gimmicky offense. It's
that's
going to still be the Mike McDaniel West Coast offense. But the
I was
difference
about to
is
say.
Quinn Ewers is going to be able to hit the open guy more often than not. That's literally what Mike McDaniel said. He gives us the best chance to win, and then he gave credit to Quinn Ewers because he said he picked the right guys to throw it to,
Hmm.
specifically on that Theo Wees touchdown pass. How he was able to bait the safety with his eyes, manipulate it, and with a flick of the wrist, throw it out there. Because if the safety goes down, you know you got a deep bomb out there. He should be open. And that's what Quinn displayed. Perfect touch on the pass, a little underthrown because at the end of the
Oh
day, all you
yeah,
got to do is just flick it out there. There's no
it
way you're
is
going
the
to catch up
NFL
to that.
countdown on ABC. Okay, yeah, and the Carolina Panthers and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's at
I'm gonna be honest with you
four
guys.
four thirty.
I told you last week. I think we were gonna beat Tampa Bay, and I'm gonna tell you guys again. I do believe we're gonna beat the Patriots, and a lot of that is probably gonna go down to they rested some players, and I get it. But I
Mm-hmm.
want y'all to take and understand this as well. We don't have our full team either. We're playing with a seventh round quarterback, and A Chain ain't playing. Waddle is limited. Like we don't have our full squad either. So beating the Patriots with people saying the Patriots didn't have their full team, well, we didn't either, and we have a quarterback that's in his third start. So that's
Can
impressive in itself.
can I ask you how many seventh round picks do we have this coming up? Coming up.
I wish I had that answer. I know for sure we got one, but I don't know.
Um, because Beck, Josh Beck, that for the Hurricanes, he's coming out, and he's not going to be a number one draft pick, but he's going to be further down the pecking order, and he is going to be. He might be in reach to get just to have on hand, and he is a sharp cookie. Okay, if you've never seen him, he can run. He can run actually better than you could think, and he knows when to throw it, where to throw it, and he can read the defense. Okay,
You talking about the
is there?
Hurricanes quarterback?
We're here,
Yes,
John. We're listening to you.
I am, I am. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Now, I mean, if we get what we need in the first through the whatever, I don't know how many picks we have, and he's still there and the best available, would you snag him?
Yeah, but he'd probably have to be in like the fifth or sixth
That's
round.
what I'm saying. He may be. Okay. Ewers was the seventh. That could be that low.
No, I hear what you're saying.
And you know what? Ewers could have easily slid in the draft because he had a bad season with a bad oblique. He played through a lot of pain.
Yeah,
It's
he
almost
had a
like
bad
Baker
arm.
Mayfield.
He broke
Yeah,
his arm, didn't he?
no, he had a bad oblique. His
Oh, I
oblique
thought it
was
was his arm or something.
or his
And when
shoulder,
he was in Georgia,
his non-throwing shoulder or something like that. But
I
the last season,
thought
he played the whole season
No,
with a
no,
bad oblique.
no,
I
John.
That's the
thought when he
reason.
I thought when he was in Georgia, he had a broken arm or something.
No, Quinn Ewers was at Ohio
Yeah, I'm
State and
talking about
Texas, if I'm
Quinn
not
Ewers.
mistaken. Yeah, he
Oh,
wasn't
you're
at
talking about
Texas and
Quinn
Iowa State.
Ewers. I'm sorry. Okay. I thought you were talking about that.
Yeah, that exactly. Cap for life. Ewers was supposed to be a first-round quarterback.
Yeah, he
Something
fell off.
happened.
He
Was
got
he?
treated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
Okay.
was
got treated like
projected.
like
Yeah,
Sanders.
yeah, yeah.
He got the same treatment as Sanders. He dropped. They dropped him off. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And
Okay.
a lot of teams, this is what it said, a lot of teams were afraid to select Quinn Ewers because they don't want their backup to be too popular to start controversy in that locker room. That's why they started passing
Well,
on Ewers.
uh, well, uh, that wouldn't cause any controversy. He wouldn't be like a Tua. I don't. He's a Texas guy. He's just a down to earth Texas. Uh, he came from Texas.
Yep. He did his
He-
he time. He did time at Ohio State and Texas.
Mike
yeah.
McDaniel got 2 more years to build the winner. Get ready. 2 more years for Mike McDaniel to build the winner and get us in that Super Bowl. Do y'all believe it's capable?
With his mind, well,
Maybe.
let me say it like this. When I
It-
first when I first seen McDaniels, I kind of looked at him and I checked his resume. I said, this guy here is a mad scientist. And all we need to do is just let him loose with all his experiment. Just let him loose, don't strain him. And if you do that, you may, like I said, you may be able to get a good, a good head coach out of him. So, but look, moving forward, yeah, give him another year and just give him the quarterbacks well, do your best to give him the quarterback that he can work with. And then McDaniels has to do his part. Like I said, I'm gonna say it again. You got Quinn Ewers. Okay, we bring in two
Did
other
you hear
quarterbacks
about the
this year.
report? Did you hear
Draft
that
another
report that we got,
work
Mr.
with them
Paul?
other two quarterbacks as well.
Did you hear that report about Mike
What's that?
McDaniel and Quinn Ewers? Not
what?
2 years ago, in the Senior Bowl or somewhere, Quinn Ewers was throwing to wide receivers, and Mike McDaniel was there telling Quinn Ewers that if you come out, I'm gonna draft you. And two
Yeah,
years later, Quinn
mhm.
Ewers came out, and Mike McDaniel drafted him. Is that not like a given sign that this is a Mike McDaniel hand pick?
Oh, of course. It's the same thing with Zach Wilson.
Zach
I'll
Wilson
tell
and
you.
Quinn Ewers are Mike
Zach
McDaniel's
Wilson was
hand-picked
handpicked
quarterback.
by McDaniels.
So he's going to get an opportunity. He chose one, and he says Quinn is his guy, and he's going to build around that for the next 2 years. Is basically
Now
what we're.
here comes the
It-
controversy. At one time, I thought, oh my goodness, I can't think of his name right now. The quarterback we just let go to Pittsburgh, Skylar Thompson. At one time, I thought Skylar Thompson was handpicked by McDaniel
Yeah,
to
that
come
was
come
more
to
of a
Houston.
Darrell Bevel. That's another
That
guy.
was
Darrell
Darrell
Bevel
Bevel.
needs to
Okay,
get out of here. Yeah,
okay.
Darrell Bevel needs to get out of here. That's another guy we need to fire. Honestly,
Hmm.
we need to fire Darrell Bevel. Frank Smith. Got to get rid of this Slowick thing.
I think this one came out to look exactly like.
Oh, I thought that was Liz.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What happened to Liz? Who's?
But guys, I hope you guys enjoy Saturday football today. I had a tremendous day on the stream. We will be live tomorrow before the game. Lucky for us, we play at 4. So I'm going to have us go live. We're going to give our thoughts before the game. And we'll be
What
back at it
time?
tomorrow for sure.
Oh,
Tomorrow I'm looking
yeah.
to go live in the morning after breakfast sometime, 11, 10, 11.
Yeah. I may not be able to make the 11. I'll be at church.
Oh, I don't think you're going to want to miss this one tomorrow. It's Quinn Ewers time, baby. You're going to want to be here. Thank you, John. Enjoy your service tomorrow at church. Mr. Park, enjoy the rest of your night here today. Liz, you and Rich, enjoy y'all night. Cat in the Hat, beautiful day to you and your daughter and your family over there. So all of you guys that participated on the panel earlier, salute to you guys. Appreciate you guys. The chat, all of you. Have a
Okay.
blessed day. I'll catch you guys live tomorrow, and we'll
You
discuss.
take care.
All right,
We're
then.
gonna be
Right, take
talking
care, bro.
about tomorrow's title. Quinn Ewers will blow out the Patriots. Talk to you guys later.
All right.
Keep going.
Take care, everybody.